Yo, we are live in the building. I know you've seen it. I know you've seen it. You know what I mean? Crazy, crazy, crazy ending to WrestleMania, and that's where we're gonna have to pick up. I'm not gonna say I called it. I'm not gonna say I gave it away. I'm not gonna say that this all made sense in some twisted way. But you see who the winner was, Seth freaking Rollins. Ooh, Ooh, how many of y'all had that on your play card? You know what I'm saying? I just want to know. At the end of the day, salute. WWE concludes night one of WrestleMania. Did you catch it all? It was a lot of WWE stand and deliver. They had the Hall of Fame last night. But yo, y'all been tapped in with me, y'all definitely know I've been spelling that out. You know what I'm saying? Despite what people have been saying, they can't see it. They don't blah blah blah. No, brother, that is the move. Seth Rollins is king. That main event was amazing. That really, to me, elevated the event. Night one, at least. I mean, because if that main event didn't deliver like that, that was a hell of a main event. Um, What up? What up? What up? We see y'all in the chat. We about to tap in with the Instagram folks as well. Yeet, Vinny, we see you. Nazir James, what up? What up? That definitely was a main event. Adam JP05, we see you. Big Bando, what up? What up? Major Ramp, it's good. We definitely about to tap in with y'all. Holy shit, what a night. I'm gonna be doing this all night. So if you don't know, this was the night of Hey me. We gonna be saying it. You know what I mean? We gonna be saying it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Adam Powers. I love it. I love it. This was a tremendous uh show, entertainment. You seen the ramp. You seen the. They said it was sold out. I don't know how true that is. We had some people. We had some folks pull up the tickets, and you could still buy tickets off during Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton 4 night 1. You know what I mean? But we got plenty of sippables tonight. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Sippable is in the building. We're gonna have a tap in of a few folks later on. What do y'all think of night one? What is your final number? Scale of 1 to 10, right? I I know how that main event had you. I know he was on your fingertips with it. You know what I mean? They definitely did well. But the whole night, we had 7 matches, you know what I'm saying? And we had one fill-in. You know what I'm saying? Because Ray Phoenix definitely filled in for Rey Mysterio, who apparently is hurt, so hope he gets better. Uh Come on, phone. I don't think I can play with this one. I might have to use my other one for the Instagram tonight because it looks like my Android is trippy. There. All right, there we go. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta go get the iPhone. You know what I mean? Bomb. Got my man. What's good? 8 out of 10 civilian V631. What's good? 8 out of 10. I like that. That's a good number. 8 out of 10. I'm not sure if I'm at 8 out.
Yo, what we talking about right now before I start going crazy?
Duh. If I would have tapped in during the main event, I'd have been you'd have seen me running around and all this. Because that main event, it was lit. It definitely lived up to the main event lived up to the hype.
Man, look, I gotta get the one thing out the way I did not expect in this prediction. Nobody and their mother thought Roman was eating a pin.
I don't know. I don't know.
I, I think Roman was gonna take the pin, bro.
I don't know. When we was talking about predictions, I was just sure, and I got the paperwork to prove it. Um, I definitely said Seth Rollins, but I never, and I called, and I've been talking for weeks about him and Paul Heyman work.
Yeah.
There would be a great mix. Paul Heyman elevates everybody he's with. I mean, from since the beginning. Roman Reigns said he got about 2 years left. CM Punk is an older gentleman now. Seth Rollins looks like he got 3 to 5 years left, to be honest. Um, Even if he takes a reduced schedule, that's a great Seth Rollins still. Him and Paul Heyman, and now Paul don't have to talk so much, or Seth don't have to talk so much. Builds
Yeah,
hate.
true.
You have a new heel in the game. People gonna hate him, but they still you know what I mean? And if you continue to give us these double close flips that he came out here with, people gonna love it. Because it's the little things. We always talk about the entrances and this, that, and this. If he comes out in one color and always changes and it's a surprise color and his set changes and that's a normal thing for him, people gonna like it. They're just gonna like it because it's different. He's doing
Yeah.
something that's, you know what I'm saying?
Just stop
I
dressing up
knew
like you're
Paul
going
was
to a
coming.
fashion gala, and I'm all in.
You like the fashion gala, brother. I'm all for the fashions. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah,
all
I
for the
mean,
fashions.
I'm for the
Um,
fashion, just not his fashion style.
I'm 10 minutes behind. I had to stop. I'll be back soon as it's over. Yeah, brother, don't come in here not knowing what happened because we gonna give it away. You know what I'm saying? We gonna give it away. You know what's the thing? Spoiler warning and all that. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. You
and
definitely need a
I'm
spoiler
on a
warning. You
limited time, so I'm gonna be saying stuff that I want to get out the way because other shit I got to move around and do.
all right? All right. Well. We definitely can get you situated, brother. What you want to talk about first to get your stuff out the way? Um, yeah, Seth is in the press con. That press conference is gonna be crazy.
Um, let's get Jay and Gunther out the way because then I want to lead to Jacob and LA Knight.
Okay, bet. So Gunther and Jay Uso.
Oh, oh, oh.
Yeah, we got a winner today. We
I
got a
needed,
winner today.
I needed something to wake me up.
Damn.
Uh, Gamad, you say you on limited time. You say you needed something to wake you up. Yeah, it wasn't. I ain't gonna lie. That
It
main
didn't
event
feel like
just.
it didn't feel like WrestleMania.
I
Didn't
could
feel
say
like
that. I could
WrestleMania.
definitely. I'm asking still in the chat. I seen one person put 8 out of 10. What you got? What you got the event rated at?
Eight,
Um,
eight is crazy high.
it is crazy high. I don't know about no 8. And 8
Because
would have
thing
gave
is,
me like 3 good matches.
the thing
I'm at
is,
like a 6.5, 7, to be honest. And
for
that's
me,
Seven's
I
pushing
say
for me.
I say 6.5 because with Mania, I put that on a higher pedestal.
I do too. I do too. A 6
the
sounds legit. GD, what up? I see you in the chat. Franklin, what up? What up? 6.5. 6.5. A 7 to me is like we'll check night 2. You know what I mean? If I grade it
Honestly,
match by match,
the event to me would have been a 5 if not for the main event.
facts. The main event push this thing through the roof. Push this thing through the roof.
and
Very
I
happy
think
with the
that's what
main.
they were banking on the whole time.
I don't know, man. I think they would have definitely thought some other stuff. I thought they would think Ray Phoenix getting added to the car would do some ooh.
But he
Mm.
lost.
Even without the loss, the match wasn't even like,
Yeah, he
you know
still
what I mean?
lost. If he won, it would have felt a little. For one,
Oh, you
the
said the change of
biggest part
feeling.
of WrestleMania to me, one of the things that really affects a mania is the crowd. That crowd from the beginning, I was like, yo, when Jay Uso music hit, they were supposed to go bananas.
Crazy.
Yo,
And it was not a good crowd. The crowd is a big part of WrestleMania. I don't know them people individually. They might be great people, but collectively as a group, y'all failed the assignment tonight.
man.
I,
For
I I
me,
I will say this for the crowd. Do you think that the order of events should have been changed? Do you think, like, for me, Jay Uso should not have started WrestleMania.
I
You
didn't
could have
think he
started with
should
the
have
War
started if he
Raiders. You
was
still
gonna
got people.
if he was gonna lose, no. If he was gonna win, yes, because that's supposed to be a moment that brings you up. Then you can
yeah.
kind of teeter down for the rest of the night and bring it up again. It never
Yes,
really shot up. And they just moved
it
on
never
from him
shot up.
so fast. Like
And Jay Uso is your like, he's the dude that gets the crowd
he's
going.
the heater.
If
So
he,
now, so now let me say this:
hmm
Jay's reaction, the crowd's reaction when Jay won, and then versus the crowd reaction when Jacob won. Is it a
for y'all
bad
that didn't
look
know,
that Jacob had a louder reaction?
I think Jacob had a lot of reaction, and Tiffany might have had a better reaction.
So this
I
I
Bobby
think
think that's
bet
the
on
problem
Jay.
when you put the
what
first match.
here's the thing with Jay's win. It's the same thing that happened when the streak got broken. I was there when the streak got broken. It happened so quick and out of the blue, nobody really had time to react to it. Not one of us thought Jay Uso was going to make Gunther tap. So it kind of came out of nowhere, so the crowd couldn't give that collective 1, 2 explosion. It just was like match over.
I'm gonna be.
Match over.
This might be a hot take. I don't think I like that he made Gunther tap out.
No, not
I
at
don't
all.
either. It's not. It's not. That was a first of all.
Yeah,
It's
like,
a weak tap out.
yeah.
He
He had
tapped
him in
on
the.
a
I counted. He had
sleeper.
him in the sleeper hold for 5 seconds.
Yeah, it was a weak. It was a weak tap. So 5 seconds, boom. My man tapped to a move that most people don't even tap to. They go to sleep. So it's
Who taps to a sleeper hold? And it's not like he worked his neck pause all night.
that's a good pause, and I agree with you 100%. That would have been a little different because you'd have been like,
I
I
can't
got
take
it.
him. I can't take this. Or put some kind of twist on it. It was a basic sleeper
Here's a
hold.
basic.
It was.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm
And
not upset that Jay won. I'm glad he won. I just
That
didn't like
ending
that
was
finish.
bad. That ending did not help him.
I
Because
didn't like that finish.
one
he
of them.
needed that 1, the crowd counting 2,
Yeah,
3
Yes.
explosion. He needed that.
Yes.
And they
yeah.
did not give him that
Yes.
moment.
Because it's like,
So
Yes.
imagine Mania 40 when Cody beat Roman, and he made Roman tap out to a figure four. That wouldn't have hit
Exactly.
over the pin.
he should have
Yeah.
got that 3 celebrating. Jay should have ran down that ramp. Jay just popped up in the ring. It was like, I don't know. And
It was
like I
bad.
said, the streak is the perfect thing because it happened randomly. That finish did not help Jay Uso, and that crowd didn't get to react. Nobody got to react. You're not gonna react to a tap out.
No. The only times that happens is submission matches where you're looking for it.
It only
Two
happens
submission
when
specialists.
somebody's finisher is a tap out. When the finisher
Yes, because
is
you're
a
looking
figure
for it.
four. When the finisher is a sharpshooter. We weren't looking for Jay Uso. I didn't even know he knew a submission hold.
You know, it's funny. He had a drunk interview this weekend. Well, I mean, it's not say drunk interview, but he had a good interview this weekend where he was talking about, I don't know what I'm gonna do. You know, me and my 5 moves. You know what I mean? Because he was kind
Yeah,
of like playing off the fact
yeah.
that
They
that's what he
didn't
keep
give
hearing.
him the moment. He needed the
But
moment.
but but this wasn't what should have happened,
Nah.
right? We talk about Jey Uso like you're counting the count 1, 2, 3. Jey Uso has he ever tapped somebody else out? I
Not that I could think of.
I guess I didn't know he knew. I didn't know he knew a
and
sleeper hold. Gunther,
Gunther.
of
What up,
all
Eric?
people.
And that's the other
Yeah,
thing. Jay's not known to be a technical wrestler. And you beat, technically, no pun intended, a technical wrestler with a submission.
Yeah.
And
The
it would
only
have been cool with a
submission finish we had all night. If this is Vegas, if I had to bet money on who would win through a submission from tonight, I would have never bet on Jey Uso.
same.
absolutely not. Same with me. I
Because he
think
needed that 1. He needed them 60,000. Them 60. That was the build up, and it would have went crazy.
crazy. Yes,
But they didn't
yes.
get the moment. He got robbed. He
Yeah.
won, but he
I
got
would have
robbed of
You got
the
right. Yeah.
moment.
I would
Now
have took him
you got a
doing
sales
like
champion.
I would have taken him doing like 7 to 8 spears or like 5 splashes than him doing that submission finish.
I can even see him hitting Gunther with 3, 4 super kicks in a row. Okay, well, at least he kicked him in the head a few times. You know what I'm saying?
You know what would have been good, and I'm
He
just
splashed him, then
Brett,
hit him from the back, pause, and put him in a sleeper hole.
this is what would have been good. Put Gunther needs to use the sleeper. He's been putting people to sleep. Jey Uso walks to the corner, uses his legs, gets up, spring backwards, which rolls him up, and Gunther can't break the sleeper. You know why that would have been good? Because that's what Bret Hart did to Stone Cold at Survivor Series in their first match that led to the submission match. Why do I bring that up? Because guess who you inducted in the Hall of Fame for a moment? Bret and Stone Cold.
And that was the
So
moment he passed out.
you,
And Gunther didn't
yeah,
pass out. He tapped. That's
he
weird.
tapped. So you have 2 options. Gunther puts him in a sleeper, and Jay gets on the turnbuckle, shoots backwards, which rolls him up, and Gunther can't kick out because he's got his submission locked in. That's how Bret beat Stone Cold. or you use the other Brett Stone Cold. Gunther
Pass
passes
out.
out,
The pass
and then
out
the
could have
crowd
set
goes
them up for
crazy.
backlash, but
There he is. But I'm happy Jay won, but
Yeah, same. It's just the finish I ain't like.
not like
the
this.
finish I didn't like. But you know
Not
I
like
gotta do it. You know I gotta do it. I always do it. So let me do it.
Yeah.
And move. You know what I'm saying? Yeet. My man did it, so he did do it. So congratulations to Jey Uso. The finish though, and whoever said they got to go first, we was clowning. Somebody put in the chat last night, Jay the opener Uso instead of main event.
Oh, violation.
he didn't
He
set
should
the.
have been mid card for this because he could
I
have
think if he
rocketed that
had the
crowd.
moment and the crowd had gotten all the way up, it would have been perfect because then you can bring him down. Then Jacob pops him up again. Then you bring him down. Then the main event pops him up again. But it never really took off. And I
He never
mean,
took off.
I
And
mean,
that's
shout
part of
out
the
to
reason.
Jay.
And Jey Uso gonna get a lot of heat for it. When in reality, if that's the finish they told you to do, and y'all were all cool with that, I mean,
The one
sometimes
time
you
I
just gotta.
expect 37 super kicks, I don't get 37 super kicks.
Hey, but shout out to them. Overall, I had the match at like a 6. I didn't think it was a bad match. I just think it was.
I don't think they have good in-ring chemistry.
No, they don't.
And I think that's the theme of the night. I don't think a lot of people worked well together today. It wasn't smooth. It wasn't
Let's move on
WrestleMania
to.
smooth.
Before we move on to a tag match, we're gonna tag somebody else in. Ready? We're gonna make the tag. 1, 2, 3. Bang! There he
Yo,
is. You know what I mean?
I'm bugged out. I'm sitting here. This shit was so crazy. This shit has me tripped out. Look at that shit. I'm sitting here. I'm like, yo, where the fuck is the link at? I'm waiting for the link. I'm like,
Hey,
yo,
HP dropped that link like 8 o'clock this morning.
I'm sitting here thinking about everything that happened. I'm like, hold on. Where the fuck the link? And then I see
HP
it.
woke up this morning, said his
You know how
prayers,
I
brushed
see
his
it?
teeth, and dropped that link.
I see
Yeah, I
no
did because I wanted it out the way.
Winnie the Pooh style, just had on a t-shirt, fresh out of bed.
I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna
Bro,
hold you. I wanted to go during the main event, but I was running around during the main event like man, crazy. It would have been bad. It would have looked bad on camera. Maybe it would have looked great. I don't know, but
Nah, we
I
need you
just wanted it to
stationary.
be out the way so I could focus on the event. So I dropped it earlier.
Gamad, you say you gotta tap out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do a Gunther though. If you're gonna tap
Gamad is
out
still
strong.
in Vegas. I think he moved there. I think he moved. So
You have to make me spit hot coffee. You know what I mean?
if you start getting mail wherever you at, you live there. So
Slime Mamba 0824 salute. I hated the finish, but I'm happy for him. I agree
shout out
with you.
to Gamaj and DNA, man. Gamaj and DNA, they got to meet Sting and Stone Cold Steve Austin today. So shout out to the guys, man. They living it up in Vegas. And hey, they deserve it. So yeah, man, if you gotta tap out, brother. We gonna talk.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we're gonna be here for a while.
It makes sense that I came in this bit late though, because I was on like punishment because I was talking shit about this night one. As much as
we still gonna do that. We still gonna do that.
No, we didn't. But hey, y'all could. I forgive him. I forgive them for everything because of that ending. I do. I forget. They too about to be crazy. Now,
that main event was so good.
It was so fire. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
the rest was trash. They had fire moments that I know what they was thinking in their mind. They was like, yo, the main event is so fire. Y'all just go out there and do your thing. It don't even matter. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes
I
the
still
bars
gotta
are
like
so
the rest
fire.
of the movie. We still gotta sit through the first half of the movie though.
But sometimes you get a loaded like third. Sometimes you get a loaded like third. You know what I mean?
Hold on, Wildcat. I ain't put nothing on the screen yet.
One verse don't win the battle though, Z. You know that. One round don't win the battle.
Oh, so Lux ain't winning that shit.
One round don't win the
battle.
battle.
Yeah, with Calico, but that's a different type of one round. Wildcat say Heyman threw 2 nut shots, pause, and had to lay down. Yo, let me say something about something that was really nasty.
Heyman was wiggling that arm all in Roman Reigns.
Paul Heyman. I know everyone's gonna talk about the kiss. I know but why you hit Roman and then do a wiggle? What the What was that about? You
Hey,
know what I'm saying? My man.
hey, when my man said on next Friday, hold up, working with a monster.
Hey, bro, I seen that and was like, you.
Different.
What my grandparents would say? God the mighty knows.
Or
What
they
was
said if you
that?
shake it
I
more
don't
than
know.
twice, you're playing with it.
Bro, I thought Paul Heyman was a wild man for that. But shout out to Paul
Paul
Heyman,
Heyman's a
Seth
wild man for a
Rollins.
lot what he did tonight. And it was so obvious because he was too happy to be with CM Punk. And I
Yeah.
put that in the group chat. Seth Rollins is winning this.
As soon as
Hold on though. Hey
he
brother,
got,
you know I got my receipts.
soon as he like set up for like giving him the chair, Roman the chair, so I knew, I was like, oh, I think he's gonna do it. And they were set, man. But that, you know what I think that means? Whenever the payoff does come, when Roman finally gets his revenge, it's gonna be even crazier. It's gonna be
If
even
Roman
crazier.
sticks
I wouldn't be
around, we
surprised.
don't even know what Roman's going to do.
I don't know if Roman is. I'm about to get in them scores, Bando. Hold on, let me start putting y'all on the screen.
I
I'm about to
think
get into these
Roman,
scores.
Yeah, I need to hear y'all night one scores. I definitely
HP
need to
Yeah,
might
hear.
be
because
up by 1. I think he
hey,
might be up by 1.
you see people now. There is an asterisk on one of these matches. We're gonna get into it,
We
and I
just going to
have to do
scratch
this in
it.
the interest. I have to
Yeah,
do this in the interest of
we
fairness.
is
You,
gonna get into that because I'm pretty sure Sippable said that it was a go even if they switched to Ray Phoenix. But either way, American Grande kind of won.
I think I did.
I
Archie
was trying
even
to help
pointed that
you
out
out,
to me.
Archie. But I
I
just
went and
realized
looked
you
back
did
at the
some dumb
video. He was
shit
like,
and made
oh,
Ray
well.
Phoenix lose.
Hey, whether he said it was a go or not, in the chat, he was fighting his own point. So he was like, no, it's a different
Yeah.
match because I would never bet against American Grande.
And
So
then American Grande fucking won. That
No,
was
I said
crazy.
it, but I was like, if we would have said the beginning, right, and we'd
we're
have been
going to get
talking
to
about
it. We'll get to it when we get to it.
Let's start at the beginning. Let me hear them scores.
okay, so boom, yeah, I'm saying, and we're gonna put them winners up. Uh, in the beginning, me and Archie said, "You want me to go and order the card?" Yeah, let's go and order the
Yeah, let's
card.
go to the court. That's how
Jay,
we're going to get through it tonight.
Yeah.
bet. So Jay Uso, Gunther was first. Y'all heard that Jay Uso won. In that, I'm up one.
Hey, you know
Archie
what
has
I'm saying?
Gunther. I have Jay Uso.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna be real. Usually Jerry got the crazy picks. That was a crazy pick, Archie. I think you knew Jay was gonna win that.
I'm not mad at Archie's pick. You know why? What if it would have been a squash match and
I
Glick
thought
would
I
have
thought Gunther was going to put the beats on him.
and Gunther would have rolled him? That's a good pick technically because I'd have like,
And Jay
damn,
won, but he didn't get that moment. That the ending was
didn't get that
At
terrible.
moment.
all.
So I'm up 1-0.
And also
1-0 at the gate.
RIP to Gunther's terrible ass title reign. Weak sauce.
Yeah,
So
you're right. That was bad. The second match was New Day versus the War Raiders. We both picked the New Day. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
don't
Luke,
think it's much to even talk about during that match, to be honest.
I don't think so either. I would have loved to see now. They didn't give us much build to the War Raiders versus this, but if they would have gave us that TLC triple threat of New Street Profits, DIY, and Motor
Yeah.
City Machine Guns, that would have been killer, and it would have upped the whole event. I'm just saying, but that's gonna be next week on SmackDown. Yeah,
Soon as
yeah,
they
yeah.
said
And a New
that,
Day gonna drop the titles to Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano.
Now we got Naomi versus Jade. We know that Jade ended up getting the win, but guess what? Me and Archie saw eye to eye on this.
Yeah.
Boom. So right now, I'm up 1-0 out of 3
Good
matches.
match. Good match.
Yo, that shit where she caught Naomi in midair was crazy.
Yeah, Naomi might be concussed. I think Jay might be concussed too. Jay couldn't find his way out the arena. Jimmy had to help him. So
That shit was crazy. Next we had the US title match. Now this was a little bit of a crazy one. You know what I'm saying? A little bit. It wasn't really like where'd you go? There it is. Boom. Our new US champ, Jacob Fatu. Now, me and Archie both saw eye to eye again. Boom. 4 matches. I'm up 1-0. Now here's where
shout
the
out to
difference of opinion.
Jacob for waking the crowd
yeah,
up,
I
man.
gotta say real quick, like, yo, shout out to Jacob as a motherfucker who talked to him before he was even in that and having those. Shout out to Jacob. Congrats. I can't. This is one of my favorite wrestlers in the world today. I can't think of a better champion. So shout out to the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu, for real.
I was worried when Solo was hyping him up so much. I said Solo gonna be on some bad
Bullshit.
time, but clean. Shout out to Jacob, man. Good match. This was the match that got the crowd up following Jade and Naomi. So we was kind of on the up from here. But yeah,
Yes, sir.
Jacob looked good. They kind of let him finally go a little bit too. So smooth.
Yeah.
Man, Jacob's so smooth in that ring.
Yeah.
It's
like
amazing because he's not a little guy, bro, and Jacob be moving. So
fact.
No. And
He's
shout out to
moving
the
like
outfit. The all black, you know what I'm saying? This, salute.
And if you're new to the channel or old to the channel and don't know what Z's talking about, Z sat down with Jacob Fatu for about 40-45 minutes, I believe, and had a real in-depth interview right before Jacob joined the WWE. So go check out that interview with Z and check out all our interviews.
Because, and he talks about growing up with Roman and the Usos. He talks about what he wants to do in the WWE, everything. So we actually had a clip go viral, the Samoan family tree, where he breaks it all down. So definitely check out that interview and all the other dope ones. But this might have been, is tied for my favorite moment of the night.
Yes, agreed. Next we had this is where I was trying to say if you want to put an asterisk, I'm okay with it. Ta-da! You know what I'm saying? This is where we was actually split. Now, this is why I said the asterisk. Archie did pick Rey Mysterio because that was the initial opponent. I picked El Grande Americano. Archie said whoever subs. It's up to y'all because I'm gonna let that be. You know, I know Z. We did say this in the chat. I was trying to give Archie the leeway because it's like
you were trying to give yourself the leeway because you said you would never bet on American Grande versus Rey Fenix.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts.
I say scratch it because it's a discrepancy.
Look, he want to change it now that they did that dumb shit. I don't know why they had Rey Fenix come out just.
This is off. I'm still up 1-0. This would have been it 2-0, but
let's scratch it.
This match changed where the build-up changed, everything changed officially. It does say Rey, but
this match Mysterio. Also changed because in the pre-show, we found out the WWE bought AAA.
Yeah, that's another huge topic to talk about.
El Hijo Vikingo, he actually got in the ring after the match to console Rey Fenix, which I think we're gonna get El Hijo and El Grande Americano, which is probably gonna be super fire. Because when they bring in AAA, bro, WWE is you can't stop them. You can't stop them. They bought one of the biggest companies with one of the most stacked rosters in the game.
They're buying every company outside of AEW, bro. They got business with TNA.
Those are some of the, and look, Triple H has been doing this way back. He signed Sin Cara, like he tried to do, but AAA got literally some of the best, and it's a different style, it's a whole different world, but it's some of the best wrestlers in the world. Like
if you like Rey, if you like Penta and Phoenix, you're gonna love what you see. Men and women. AAA gets crazy.
And they be fighting each other over at AAA. And also, AAA people be showing up at AEW too. No, not no more. That's it for that.
Not no more. I bet you, that's gonna be snuffed out. But back onto these winners, where we're at. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte. Here's where Archie makes a good comeback. Because guess what? I should have said fuck Flair, and I didn't.
My girl lost a tooth for this.
Yeah, definitely. Yo, you seen that shit? Crazy. But Tiffany Stratton with a good win.
A few spots in this match weren't smooth, but overall, they put together a hell of a match.
It was good. Yeah, it was good. I think they could have went first and opened up.
They put on a hell of a match.
Or the New Day. One of the two. But
Charlotte pulled up in a Rolls Royce. LA Knight pulled up in a Maserati.
That was fire. That was fire.
And then in our triple threat, which could have went anyway, we could have had someone win that neither one of us picked. Seth Rollins won, which your boy picked.
So HP's up 1.
I'm up 1. 2-1 coming out of night 1. Can you imagine what they're going to say what they gonna say? And with the first pick, the selects. You know what I mean? It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a crazy one. Let me get back into the chats.
Oh,
Y'all
So
Yeah,
giving
that was
Ray's
crazy.
loss already was dumb. If he was gonna, I think they just don't care because they bought AAA.
I think long as they keep Penta looking strong, Ray Phoenix is gonna just catch a lot of that secondhand smoke, bro. Because it really made no sense for Phoenix to lose that match, which tells me Rey Mysterio was going to lose that match.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rey Mysterio
yeah,
definitely.
sure. That's what I
But
think it was. I think they just didn't change up the plans because he was supposed to beat Rey Mysterio anyway, which makes me think it was kind of a work, but kind of something that just genuinely happened with Rey Mysterio getting injured.
But they're setting up Vikino, man. That's gonna be crazy.
yo, it's a lot. It's a lot they got to offer now. They should just make a whole nother show. Just don't do it on Wednesday night because if you know what's coming on Wednesday night, you know, I hate to do it, but you know the plug is there. The Wednesday Night Wars. Make sure you're a part of that. Go ahead and go to the memberships, subscribe. All you have to do is be on the transfer portal and you will be drafted. The draft is this Wednesday. It's gonna be insane.
We got a ton
Really
of new
looking forward to it.
subscribers, man. Shout out to all the new subscribers and all the new viewers to this channel. Yeah, welcome. Welcome to your new favorite place on the internet.
Oh yeah.
Facts.
The plates are fire. We talked about Jacob a little bit. We talked about American or El Grande, the New Day. Are
Night
we
one
doing
was
something with
overwhelming.
them?
I said this yesterday. Night. I can't even remember what happened. Oh, last year's night one was the tag team match, the Rock and Roman. So from now
Yeah.
on, you should expect the main event in night one to be crazy and the rest to be subpar. That's just what happens.
But
Tomorrow,
Z, this
gonna be-
WrestleMania, dog. Like,
I
You should
agree,
do
but
that. That's a lot.
you know what it's
what
like?
they,
It's like the NBA All-Star game where they don't really get serious to the fourth quarter. The last 4 minutes of the fourth quarter.
Yep. That's exactly what they did last year. Like if you're going to WrestleMania, plan to only go for day 2 if you can only go for one day, because that's just what they've been doing, how they've been formatting it. Day 2 is gonna be crazy. Day 1, it heats up at the main event. That's what they done. And there was a lot of title changes today. What was it, like 3 title changes?
3. Yeah.
A lot of
New
title
Day,
changes.
Jacob, and Jay.
Yo, they talking about these people in this chat. It is a lot of stars. Yo, we looking for this draft, and we still looking. Hey, come on down. You know what I mean? This draft is gonna be crazy.
I might grab a squad in the next one because I'm trying to battle whoever they draft in this one. There's some sort of wrestling bars is coming out, and I'm gonna be ready. I know you've seen. Shout out to Heavy Battle Bars. They shared the kip up. I'm about to share that tomorrow.
That was on my timeline today.
The mid-bar kip up is happy WrestleMania time. You know what I mean? But that's what they do in a mid, like not even a mid. I think it was a bad night 1 and a good main event.
I gave it a
6.5,
7, 6.5, really.
A 7?
I'm with Archie on that 6.5, 7. But if you say 7, I'm sure it's because of the main event, and I'm not mad at the 7. If you talk about that main event was so crazy, I'm okay with it.
That main event helped it. Jacob helped it. I was glad
I was about
Tiffany
to hit
won.
it with a 5. If it's out of 10, I'm gonna hit it with a 5.
Damn.
That
mid.
Shit was yeah, yeah. I can't
Z
believe
said
you hit it.
WrestleMania night 1 was Reggie.
Yeah, it's super.
Hey,
Reggie,
who's your favorite
bro.
Batman villain? The Middler, the guy who gives
Reggie.
mid ratings to everything.
I'm surprised y'all said 7. That shit was a solid 5.
No, I say 6.5. But
I
if
said
someone tells me
6.5.
7,
It had its
it's
moments.
gonna
It
be
just
yeah. If you tell me 7, you're gonna say, man, they had mad title changes. They had a crazy main event. The main event had so much emotion behind it, and I get that. But you being the middler, that's crazy, bro.
The
The
middler.
middler.
You tell me 7. If I'm like, yo, what you think of that night 1? Be real with me, 1 to 10, and you come back with a 7, I will no longer trust your word.
Bro, I was trying to stay awake. I'm not even gonna hold you.
That's what I'm saying, bro. And you trying to stay awake? That's
I think
a 5
is crazy because there's been some worse manias.
Mania was a 7. Hey, y'all give me y'all numbers in the chat if y'all could
I
do
saw
that.
them wings.
So
Polo was
we can
chefing it up
gauge.
today.
so we can gauge how to draft y'all. You know what I mean? Because this is gonna help
Night
us to
one was
understand how y'all
weird.
think.
Night one
So,
was
and here's the
super
thing:
weird.
it's
Shit,
not much to
Bando said
really
no.
talk about.
That's
Look
what
at
I'm.
Deadbeats 6.5.
Nah, I
Bando
walked
say
out of night
5.
one. I walked out of night one last year. I was like, bro,
First Lady 6.
trash. I hope they. My main complaint last year was I
6.3
hope
on
they
Instagram.
fixed
Todd
night
Gat.
one.
My
Yeah.
So
bad.
I was
I'm sorry, bad. I cut you off.
nah, you could.
Uh,
But I was saying my main complaint was that last year was I wanted them to fix night one and they didn't. Night one, bro. Everybody gonna be talking about how trash night one was. They're gonna be talking about that moment.
Maybe they
I,
set the bar to where they can just easily surpass it on night 2. Because night 2,
do you think the WWE should just go to 10 matches and scrap this 2 night? I'd rather
Yes,
10 matches one night
bro,
because the
WrestleManias
Hall
be
of
like
Fame they
8
fell asleep.
matches, 2.5 hours. They off your TV, dog.
this
10
shit is a
matches.
whole week of constant in your face. Bro, did you see pictures
And
of
they doing
motherfuckers
the
at the Hall of Fame ceremony? Booker T was
slumps.
falling asleep.
They show
Let
Booker
them
Bro,
T
finish the
live.
rule.
Booker T was sleep live doing the
hey,
damn thing.
I was talking to Polo. She was doing good. Next, you know, I woke up this morning and Polo text like, "Yeah, I just woke up in the Hall of Fame." I'm like, "Damn, me too, bro." Because you know what I mean? Like the shit wasn't, bro. It's
That's
too
what I'm
late.
saying.
It's too much.
You
You
got
just gotta do
Jay,
SmackDown.
you
Bro,
got
and they
Jay
doing a
up
press
getting
conference
lit.
right now. Like they
Yeah,
don't want us to go. Like Shawn
Which
Michaels said
I'm
he
gonna
got
be
1
real.
hour of sleep last night between the Hall
that's
of Fame
crazy.
and have to get up because they had standing and deliver today.
Yeah, and then he let
Shout out to
Hunter
Ricky
kiss him in the mouth.
Saints.
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
Shout
something
out to Rick.
controversial. I got a hot take. It's not really a hot
Hold on,
take.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Don't say it yet, brother. Don't say it yet. Ready? Oh no, where'd y'all
ISO
go?
on Z.
Yeah, now,
Okay,
hey, now
hot,
let that shit rip, brother.
hot take, and then I'm out of here. Get the fuck rid of the press conferences. Who the fuck wants to see motherfuckers have a choreographed fight and then go talk about it and pretend like it wasn't choreographed and have a room full of reporters asking fake pretend questions to bro, get the fuck rid of the press conference. What is this like? It's like they break kayfabe in a fake setting, like they talking like this shit is real, but we know it's not real, but they act like it's real. Get rid of that shit. Like I liked it when it was more mysterious and it was more behind the scenes. You don't know what happens. I hate, bro. The press conferences are cool, but this shit ain't UFC. Get the fuck rid of the press conferences, and that's it. Have shit. Just don't do them. Just don't do them. You don't need motherfuckers talking about someone they just choreographed. Like I love wrestling. I'm saying that it fucks up the kayfabe of the whole shit. These press conferences. You got CM Punk eating donuts and shit. Like that's it. Get rid of the press conferences. That's what I gotta say.
And while they at it, get rid of the 2-3 hour pre-shows too. We don't need that.
Bro.
Man, you know what?
Sometimes you doing
I'm
too
a,
much, bro. They doing too. You
I'm
ever seen a motherfucker and you like, yo, you doing too much. They doing too much. You know what I mean? You doing too much. I gotta wake up at 6 a.m. to catch everything, bro. You know what I
I'm not
mean?
gonna lie. I agree with you, Z, to a certain extent. I like the post if it's done properly. Give wrestling a new aspect. However, that 2-3 hour pre-show shit should go back to remember when it was on Preview Guide for 30 minutes and they had a little match and it was like
Or
while it was
just start the damn show.
or just start
Because
the
they
damn
showing
show.
the same vignettes and previews and content during the show. We
Hold
know.
on,
Bro, if a motherfucker loses the
oh,
match,
damn it, I'm trying
you're
to catch
supposed
it.
to. You said he's trying to catch it. As a motherfucker, if a motherfucker loses the match, right, like a big match too, you supposed to like catch them backstage real quick with one of those dudes in the suit to be like, "How you feel about that shit?" He'd be like, "What?" He smacked that dude in the suit in the face, set up the next storyline, not go to the press conference and be like, "Yo, what you think about that?" Like, "Oh, tune into the press conference.
I
You're
don't
gonna see
like
how I feel about
I
that."
don't like
What?
press conferences really in any sporting event because basketball, football, you talking to people who if you ever play sports, you know the moment after the game is the time where you need to relax and come down from that that high, right? I don't like when they talking to basketball players and they had a good game. You know, they breathing all hard. Game just ended. Like, let these people chill and then get to it. Now, interview with Jey Uso. He just won a title. Interview the New Day. They just won a title, but it don't need to be all that, like Z said. And in the beginning, it's too much. It's too much, bro. Like, I feel like wrestling WWE stalks us, bro.
Oh, you got to too. I'm gonna put you in the ice because we got to see that shit. Ooh,
Yeah, Charlotte took a piece of
No,
her.
I'm not gonna lie. This shit was captioned. It's 2 feet time.
you chill the
That
fuck out,
looks
bro.
crazy. That looks crazy.
You know what? And with their history, they got
Hey,
to do
Davey
another
Boy,
match.
Stand and Deliver was fire from what I seen. I didn't watch the whole thing but I mean, my whole day would have been wrestling.
Yeah,
And
I
as
only
much as
watched
I
bits
love
and
wrestling,
pieces.
I probably would have not watched night one if I watched Stand and Deliver and that pre-show. Because I turned on Peacock to watch Stand and Deliver, but it wasn't on. I don't even know where Stand and Deliver was at.
It was on it was on No, it wasn't on Peacock. Was it? What
No.
was it?
Because when you
No,
go
it
to
was Watchmen.
Peacock, it showed you WWE, and it just had that. So I clicked it, and I thought it was going to switch to Stand and Deliver, but I don't know what Stand and Deliver was at.
I think it was
If
on
you take
Peacock.
away
Where was it at, y'all?
I thought it was on Peacock
It's
too.
2 feet time.
Now, maybe I missed it, but I was looking
It
for it,
was
and I
on. Yeah, it
saw
was on Peacock.
If you take away the main event, this WrestleMania night 1 would have been like one of those. You know when they got some random shit, like when they was just in Texas and they was like, "Yo, we just need a random pay per view," and they was like, "Great Balls of Fire." That's what it. Oh
in your
look, she got the
house.
first. Yeah, that should have been in your house. But yo, I do got to get out of here, y'all. I'll be back tomorrow for the recap of night 2. I'm
Oh,
telling
you
y'all,
got to
night
come
2,
back tomorrow because John Cena going to hold this.
he's gonna be the
Hey,
champion. So I got to come back tomorrow. If he takes this,
and
I'll be here, but it might be like Cena and you can't see me because I might be crying or something. If they, bro, I'm gonna leave it for tomorrow, yo.
Gack, salute
Have
you,
to do
brother.
a podcast.
Yo, Todd Gack says he don't want you to leave, brother, but you just left.
Hey,
Todd, hey, become a member. You know, we got that draft this Wednesday. This is the type of shit we debating. You know what I mean? And we're gonna have to have teams and make sure that once you subscribe and you get all into the that we're able to contact you via whatever route. It don't matter to me for my team when I draft you. But so when we do the things that are when we do the competition type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? If we gotta, you know what I'm saying, because certain things, it's not like I can just speak freely. I have to speak on behalf of the clique. So if
nah,
you come on
horseman,
with
we
me,
do our thing, baby. You can't tame no horseman. We out here, we wilding. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
I can't wait. This shit gonna be so crazy. Archie, let me ask you a question.
What's up?
Out of all the winners and losers tonight, which one do you think they got wrong? Well, I think I already know your answer actually, but which one would you change? Give me 2 that you would change. 2, because I think I already know your one.
I would change Ray Phoenix.
That's the one that was yeah.
And the rest I'm okay with, to be honest.
You okay? Okay.
The rest I'm okay
Okay.
with.
Okay. I definitely think the New Day winning was needed because the War Raiders are not
They needed to do something because they had a whole heel change, gimmick change, and nothing came from it. And they needed it. And they never won at like WrestleMania, which is crazy. Kofi's like 2-4, Xavier's like New Day as a whole was like 0-6. So I know it felt good. Probably sucked because they couldn't do it with Big E, but you know, hey, he's New Day for life. So
I think I would also change the Gunther. Not to shit on Jey Uso, but I think
the
what would have
way they
silenced
ended it, I would have changed it because the crowd needed
yeah.
that 1, 2,
2,
3
3.
big
He's done it.
celebration.
He's done it. No one. Yeah. Yeah.
They
Gunther's
needed
supposed to kick after that.
that JR. By God, he's done it. By God.
No, that's 100. Yeah. You took away that. You know what makes some of these moments
And I think
when
honestly they
JR
moved on from it too fast because it was the opening of the show. You got to get to the next show. We can't let you get the fanfare celebration. But it was supposed to be confetti. It's supposed to be like yeets falling from the sky. he's supposed to be in the crowd. It's supposed to Pat McAfee supposed to take his shirt off. Like it's supposed to be a parade. Like young boys say, parade in my city, yeah. So
Polo, we're gonna talk about that because that's gonna be crazy too.
yeah,
The fact that
Bailey is not hurt. They just pulled it from the car, and they say a lot of people unhappy about that.
yeah, I would be too because it's like why WWE.
I didn't like that they just threw her in a match anyway, but it opens the
Mm,
room. Which would be dope is if Chelsea and Lyra teamed up and they won, that'd be dope.
If Chelsea and Lyra team up, holy shit! Because you got the two women's champs with the mid-tier titles. You know how I feel about those,
Or you
and they
bring
win.
back. This is where you bring back an Oscar and get it real interesting. Even
Real
Kyrie
interesting.
saying, like, bring back somebody that. But see, I don't know who else it would be. So
First time winning goals in 2021. New Day is relevant again. Relevant again. 4 years. So
it's a long
it's
time.
amazing. It's a long time. It's amazing what a aesthetic change heel turn can do for you. Becky Lynch is her replacement will maybe turn that shit off. Better not. Alexa
Becky
Bliss, I'd
Lynch.
be okay with.
Becky Lynch needs to stay away. I'm sorry, Rebecca needs to stay away from wrestling.
Just like The
I was
Rock.
a huge steampunk Rebecca Quinn fan, but the whole man in the past 2-3 years of the man, like they was doing anything they wanted with Becky Lynch. She was on WWE, then she was in NXT. It made no sense. Like they was just, she's here, let's find something for her to do, and that really cooled her off to me.
I don't like what the I don't know what they're doing, Alexa Bliss. I don't like when she squashed Bianca. I don't mind you beating Bianca, but when you squash, there was no need to squash. You're not the only person who could ever squash wrestlers is character gimmicks like the Undertaker, Kane, Brock Lesnar, where it makes sense. And there's just a really few.
Yeah,
You know what I
because
mean?
even physically, that makes no sense. We know Bianca Belair is stronger than anybody on this podcast. So I definitely know she's stronger than Becky Lynch.
Yeah, so it's like it should have never
It
happened.
made
So,
no sense. It made no sense. Sell your
but
books, raise your baby. We'll see you. Because your
I,
husband's holding it down right now.
your husband's holding it down. Let me put that picture up. Let me slide us over a little bit, but you know what I'm saying? I gotta definitely put him in limelight. Um, Seth freaking Rollins, man. I ain't gonna hold you.
Add it to our podcast. I did it.
I
That's
told
a
you
terrible
to.
Seth Rollins impersonation.
It is. It is. But I like the direction of where they're gonna go with where they can go with him because it just opens doors when you're
How
with
does
Paul Heyman.
Paul Heyman introduce him? Is he a client? Is he the revolutionary? What is he? Because he's going
Yo,
to get a nickname.
that's
He's going to
yes,
get a
and he
nickname.
has so many. But he's good. Seth, he's gonna use them all. He's gonna be like the visionary, the revolution. Because one, he told you guys this for a long time.
I think they
Actually, if
should
you go
go
back and
back
watch,
to when he was kind of like the quote unquote cult leader with the stained glass Seth Rollins, because they got away from that real fast, and I think that they should go back to that a little bit.
also, make a note of this because I made the mental note. Seth Rollins tonight in the ring told Roman you needed Paul, you needed this person, you needed. He even said you needed Mox, reference to John
That's the
Moxley.
second Dean Ambrose reference we got in a week.
Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a offer on the table like, hey, you at the end of your contract, bro? If you are, you got 8 months. That'll put us right in line for Survivor Series or Royal Rumble.
I
Blah blah
don't
blah blah
know how
blah.
he would fit in a WWE because he was kind of a fish out of water once they split and went their own ways. I
Yeah,
don't even
but
know if he will even want to work in that system again. Maybe it's different with Triple H in charge, but I don't think
true.
he worked
If
well in that system.
if Mox comes out at the Royal Rumble and wins, and you have a triple threat match for
He
the
ain't
world
win no
title with
Royal
the
Rumble.
Shield, no,
Nah.
no, 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 bro, that would sell the house. That would sell. If next year's night 2 main event, Mox wins, he comes out, and now I don't know what his contract is, but if it was
They
possible
cooled him
where
off so much, bro. He was
it don't matter. Ray Phoenix, I mean, Penta wasn't super hot coming to WWE. He wasn't where he is now, but just the colors, the
Penta
name,
was
the
super
oh
hot.
shit, the style.
Penta was super
He
hot.
wasn't where he is now.
He was, but
It's
he wasn't in the WWE odds because again, they bought Triple A. He was part of Triple A. Penta is a worldwide star. Penta is bigger than John Moxley. What are you talking about? Penta's
I
a
doubt
bigger star than John Moxley. Like he's
I doubt
he's an international star.
bro. There's a lot of people who are. John Moxley isn't.
He's not bigger than Penta. No way.
If they come out today and say, and all of a sudden Dean Ambrose music hits, that pop will break the roof.
If Dean Ambrose music hit, people won't even know it's Dean Ambrose music. Tell me Dean
You
Ambrose theme
crazy.
song.
That's why they keep bro. That's I can't do it. But I'm gonna tell you right now, it won't even be close. It wouldn't even be close because people love the Shield for whatever reasons. And I think you're forgetting as well as I am. The Shield is like 10 years old. So when you look at these 30-year-old
No, I
guys, they
ain't
were
forgetting the
20.
Shield. I just know Moxley was the one at the bottom of the pole when it came to the Shield. He wasn't the most popular guy.
He
They
was
didn't know what
I
to
think in
do
his
with him,
feelings.
bro. It's a weird dude. So,
He's definitely a weird dude. I definitely think though, if the opportunity was there, WWE would capitalize on it. They would do it for Mania, and they would do the triple. It sells all the tickets. It's too easy. It's too easy. If they could do it, because why do you keep mentioning this man? And you called him Mox with a camera on you in the middle of the ring. You said, and you needed Mox. You don't call him Mox. You call him Ambrose. That's the
yeah. But this is kind of his name, so I don't know. Who knows?
Ambrose is in America. Okay, let's be fair. In America, yes, 100%, 100%,
I don't believe
100%.
that. I do not
I
believe that. You know why? Because
I
the Hispanic population is the largest population in America. Penta is a
the whole
worldwide star,
oh the
bro.
Hispanic.
Penta is you. That's the
Listen,
thing that they leaning on. They bought a Hispanic Latino lucha libre company, bro. They didn't just buy that
I'm
because
not denying it. I'm not denying it. But I just know if Penta and Dean Ambrose come out on the same night, Ambrose comes. Well, one is a return.
that's my argument with a lot of the AEW stars that they're huge around the world, but they don't tell you that. People know Penta. Ambrose will get a pop. I'm not saying he wouldn't. I just
He's just saying we're just comparing it to Penta specifically. We'll see. Maybe we'll never see because
and
honestly, I
Penta
don't think.
and like you say, Penta was a debut. Ambrose would be a return.
And yeah,
Nostalgia make you buy anything. Hey, nostalgia make you go back to the ex till you get in that first argument and you realize why y'all broke up.
facts. You'd be like, man, I'm sorry. I should have never bought this
I should
T-shirt.
never answer this call.
No disrespect, but if Dean came back, it'd be just as big as Cody coming back respectfully. It would be fire. Yeah, it would. It would. But how long would it be lived? Penta nowhere near Ambrose. I agree, but I mean, we're probably never gonna find out.
Y'all
And how
bugging.
long would it last? Dean Ambrose. But
You know what this
anyway, Seth
is?
Rollins back
This
out.
is our Bret Hart argument. How we said Bret wasn't the man in America, but around the world and in Canada, Bret Hart was that guy. Remember we had that talk on this podcast when it was saying
Alex
that
McClendon, go ahead and get in that draft portal, brother. I like the way you think. Go ahead and get that draft portal so you can get drafted this Wednesday. And for the Wednesday night wars. Every Wednesday, what do we say? 8 o'clock, 8:15, 8:30, somewhere in that time frame where it's not too
8:15-ish,
late. 8:15 ish.
8:15-ish.
Okay. Yeah, we don't want to keep y'all up too late. We want to be able to end the night with y'all and talk that wrestling shit. Some nights it's gonna be competition. Some nights it's gonna be competitive arguments. Some nights competitive discussion. Some nights it's gonna be whatever it's gonna be. But it might be 5-on-5. It might be 2-on-2s. It might be y'all running versus y'all runners. Who knows? Who knows? But I know this. It ain't gonna be nothing else like it on podcast. This gonna be the one. And the draft is this Wednesday. We can only draft those who are members. So become a member. All you need is the transfer portal. Like this argument about Ambrose and Penta. This could be one that we might, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, pull them up.
This sounds crazy. We don't know how people gonna fall out, bro. But the more people, trust me, we drafting everybody in there. The only people off limits are me and any Attitude Era member, like first on-screen personality. Those are the only ones off limits. Everybody else, free game. Toronto 222. What up? What up? I hope that's your birthday because that's mine. Or he
22,
said he would knock Vince
22.
out.
That's the first Jay-Z song I heard. It made me say, yo, who the fuck is that? 22, 22s. Dang.
Yeah, he was definitely nice with it. Yo, now speaking of Ambrose, who got the worst end of the deal? CM Punk or Roman Reigns? Because right now,
I think
Seth
it's
Rollins.
Reigns. Reigns definitely got the short end of the stick because this Punk Heyman thing was what, 2 weeks old? Punk and Roman been running for 3-4 years tight, thicker than thieves. You heard me? So
yeah.
And then I said it last pod. Roman finally started looking and sounding like himself again. And then you do
He
this.
looked dominant tonight.
Then
He
you
looked
go and
dominant.
do this. And Roman, I ain't used to my Roman Reigns looking like this. Remember when Doomsday beat Superman to death? It's like, I ain't used to seeing this.
Hey, fuck the Justice League on that one because they fucked Superman. Them punk bitches tried to.
All the
That should
stuff
have never happened.
Superman been through, he just got beat up to death. He just got beat to death. So yeah, Romans looked weak. I don't know if we see Roman Reigns for a while again. I think Roman might go away.
No, I think he's right back in me. Oh, I see. Okay.
He's not going to be in the mix.
I think he'll be back at Backlash, and then I think he takes a hot sabbatical. I think he's in and out between Raws, so he'll probably make 2 of the 4 or 5. You know what I mean?
Roman Reigns and Jey Uso both said they are at the end of their careers. Recently, both of them have said this.
Recently.
So
yeah, WrestleMania weekend recent. Like, yeah, that's Zell. I see you. You can definitely be my wingman, brother. I'm already looking at the draft. So make sure y'all tap in for that. I'm always keep saying, let me keep promoting that thing, put that thing up on the screen. All you gotta do is sign up for the transfer portal. I cannot fucking wait till Wednesday.
I'm excited.
I do. I am. I haven't been this excited in a while. I think with Roman getting that short, his sabbaticals he takes, man. You're right. I think we get Seth versus somebody one-on-one, maybe CM Punk before
Seth
we
and
get
Punk
Roman.
one-on-one would be great. And it makes sense because you got the old Paul Heyman guy versus the new Paul Heyman guy. It makes sense. And that they could stretch that. Plus, Seth Rollins was talking that big talk when Punk came back anyway. So they've been supposed to get at it. Roman just got recently introduced to the CM Punk circle through Bad Blood when Punk was the fifth member of the team. So they can spin it, and Roman said he got a 4 year at the end of his contract. He said he's done. Jey Uso said he got about 2 years left. So, these guys aren't as young as they used to be. And you know what made me realize it? When I saw Stone Cold and Bret Hart. Stone Cold has never looked old to me until this weekend. I'm like, damn, Stone Cold. He's Asian.
Yeah, that's when you start realizing, like,
and shout out to Stone Cold for giving Ken Shamrock props during the Hall of Fame speech, because not enough people talk about Ken Shamrock and how important he was not only to that match, but to that point of time with the corporation and all that in that part of the Attitude Era. Ken Shamrock was a big part of that. World's Most Dangerous Man. And shout out to Triple H for mentioning China in his speech. And when the crowd started chanting Hall of Fame, he was like, I hear you. So shout out to Triple H for mentioning China.
Hey, and mentioning Vince McMahon. Because he had a very tough spot because to be honest,
it's
when
a complicated relationship, both personally and professionally.
It is. WWE wants to move away, but this is his father-in-law. It's his kid's grandfather. It's his wife's father.
It's a tough
spot.
What
the fuck you expect me to do?
And you know what made it weird? Seeing Linda and not seeing Vince.
So yeah, his speech was complicated. It was complicatedly good.
It was
He
long.
said the
Hey,
right
and
things.
Shawn Michaels, you ain't had to talk that long, bro. Like we know the story. But
Well, I was a little upset with the Hall of Fame overall. I ain't gonna lie. I was talking to Polo about this. And Polo, I think we shared several of the same sentiments. Certain people like that legacy thing with Kamala, brush over. Michelle McCool got a smooth. She got the second longest time,
Undertaker's
and
wife.
it's the Undertaker's wife, and that's to me. I
And
don't
I
want to go
say
too
this,
deep.
and I mean this as respectfully as I can be. I don't like the Undertaker since he retired.
Yeah,
Like the
I don't really.
Undertaker, the character, the gimmick, I rock with. Kind of like how we said we don't mess with Terry, but we like Hulk Hogan. I feel that way about because for 30 years we just saw the Undertaker. We never saw Mark. Now that we seeing Mark, we seen a lot of Mark. It's too much Mark, and it's like, dang, this dude used to be the cool dude. Now he's just like a regular
Now he
dude.
ain't.
Yeah.
And
So
when I hear his stories, I feel like you were the guy that'd be like, "Yo, I'll knock a motherfucker out if they." And you really aren't like that. And
like
it's
Polo said,
like
I agree all the way with Archie. It's not like
it's
that
not the
aura
same.
and that mystique is gone, and he's like just a dude that's using his leverage to leverage, which I ain't mad at. I'm all about nepotism. Get it how you live. Michelle McCool, I don't remember her being that impactful.
She was not. She was not. We gotta stop doing. She was the first woman diva. Okay, cool. Let's not take away her accolades either. Right? Let's be fair. But she ain't done more for the women's division than fucking Charlotte. The fucking four horse. You fucking bugging, bro. I wouldn't even give her more credit than Naomi. And Naomi's done like stop it. Nobody. What was her LaCool? What was the girl's name that was in her tag team with her? You'd have a hard time remembering that shit. Old girl was fine though, but
The Layla,
I don't remember. I don't remember the girl name.
yeah, that
That's how
diva,
un,
that part of it,
that's
I
how
don't.
when you're talking about I did the diva search, we're like, damn, that wasn't that long ago.
I would
So
think
when
of
you talk about
Mickey James would go in before
Layla, that
Layla. I
was
just
it.
said that.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Layla.
Oh damn. Yeah, she
Yeah.
was fine as fuck,
There's
bro.
a lot of women that could have went before, but like I said, it's Undertaker,
Yeah.
and what
It's
that just
Undertaker's wife,
tells
and I
me,
get it.
he's probably going to go away for a while. He's doing all he can right now because he went from doing nothing to doing everything. He's doing one man shows. He's popping up. She's on that
Layla,
LFG
thank you,
show.
John J Nitro 270. Salute you in the
She's on
chat,
the
man.
LFG show now too. It's too much Taker. Taker ain't the same. Like I loved you in ring. And that's why I respect Stone Cold. Stone Cold said, I'm leaving. You're not gonna see me. And we rarely see Stone Cold Steve Austin. He had the straight up Steve Austin show, which was fantastic. He does his own thing and he stays away. But when you see people, you might as well, hey, Rey Mysterio in the Hall of Fame and he still wrestled. But
I don't like that. I like it's Rey Mysterio. I believe you, but I just like Rey Mysterio. He's not even like a
even
attraction.
people under
He's like,
Legends deals, we don't see. Like Taker retired and we see him more now than we did when he was wrestling.
and I don't think he's cool. Like, you know who I think is real cool, and we see him a lot now? It's fucking Bubba Ray Dudley. Bubba Ray Dudley be talking his shit. That LFG shit, that shit's fucking
But
fire.
he does that on his podcast, Busted Open. He does. That's how he
Yeah,
is.
and his podcast, it's he cuts it straight. Him, Mark Henry. I be listening to them, and I be like, damn.
Yeah, Dave
I hear Taker
LaGreca.
now, and I'm like,
They just
Taker,
hired
you're not.
Baron Corbin and Matt
Baron
Cardona
Corbin is such a good, yeah,
Matt Cardona, I believe. They
good acquisitions,
yeah.
good
So,
veteran acquisitions. Yeah, Bubba, he might low key be one too, but when I hear him talk on Busted Open, because I do check out podcasts, other podcasts, what other
Bubba's so
people are doing.
matter of fact though. That's my one this
Yeah,
about Bubba. Like they was just complaining about the guys wearing gold chains in the ring. Dude, you sit next to a dude who wrestled with a gate chain around his neck. Bubba Ray wrestled with a lock and chain around his neck. Like, what are you talking about? So it's just convenient, they pick and choose. I think they're trying to make content. Because sometimes
well,
stuff you have nothing to
there
complain about that you complain about the littlest things.
I don't think they should ever complain. You were in fucking W. Don't complain. Give us the skinny. I'm cool with that. Like when what's old girl? Fuck. She made the comment. She used to do
Mickey
all that.
James.
Mickey James. Thank you. And I was like, how the fuck you complaining about
And she
seeing
was just
ass?
in the ring this weekend showing her ass.
You see what I'm saying?
Like I said, it's
And remember we had the conversations. We tried to tie it to Vince.
everybody's trying to make content, bro. Because you know what? I think people get into certain spaces and realize it's not easy. It's not easy to get on here and talk. It's not easy to be engaging. It's not easy to make content. It's not easy to have moments that just happen and people try to make them. That's one thing about us. We don't try to make anything. We right, we wrong, we wrong. We gonna fight and fuss about it, and y'all gonna enjoy it. And come Wednesday, you're gonna get to be a part of it. So enter the transfer portal so you can get drafted this Wednesday. And the Wednesday Night Wars, 8:15-ish every Wednesday. Me and HP, we going to war. It's the Wednesday Night Wars. Hey, that's it. That's it. But
That's it.
yeah, night one.
I got a couple more things real quick though. Jacob Fatu, he wins. Are we going back? This is the first time we saw the Ula follow, right? I guess Roman's not connected to the bloodline, but Jacob, he kind of is. They just don't use that term.
He
Are we
can't
getting
have
a
the Ula
bloodline
follow.
resurgence?
Nah, he can't. Nah, I don't know. Because Tamaloa's out with injury, right? And Tamatonga's out. No, who's out?
Tamaloa.
Tamaloa's out, and Tamatonga has been tweeting about New Japan. So who knows?
I think they're gonna get rid of him. And I don't think they should get rid of Tamatonga. Tamatonga is a good mid-card title guy challenger. He might get a mid-tier title once, hold it for a little bit. But he can sell. He makes other wrestlers look good. He can wrestle.
If Jacob wasn't the one, it would have been him. I believe that.
I think so. I don't think he would have won the title, but I think he could chase it. He's a good chaser, and he's a guy who can win it here and there. Everyone don't always need a title run. Like Jake the Snake Roberts is in the Hall of Fame, and he
They
never
don't
won a
let
title.
him talk though. And Jacob.
But see, Tamatonga is good with Jacob because Tamatonga made a thing. Like that shit got referenced by Randy Orton. Randy Orton, who fights tomorrow night. We don't know who. Shout out. This is gonna be good. I don't want to see him leave. I just think there's too many good wrestlers they have that are just not using them properly. And these are guys, you need your mid-card division. You need your world title division. And you need your tag team people. Separate them, just like you did in the 80s and 90s. And this way, you don't have to make up tag teams, bro. You don't have to just throw people together. Bailey. Lyra has 24 hours to find a new tag team partner. She's your Intercontinental Champion. The fuck we mean? She shouldn't be looking at tag belts.
The biggest
Unless
thing
she's
with the wrestling business today is they try to give you things and they fight what happens organically. And somebody could go get hot on the internet, bro. Back in the day, it wasn't that. Back in the day, that they pick, you're my champion, you're my jobber, you're my A, you're my B, you're my C. You're my opener, you're my closer. Now somebody could go get hot. And this started with Zack Ryder when he was doing it. He said he was the internet champion.
Yeah.
He had his own belt. He was doing that whole internet thing. He got a win at WrestleMania and won the Intercontinental title.
Yes.
Because of him getting himself hot. Daniel Bryan got hot. They could not avoid Daniel Bryan, bro. They could not. You could not escape that. So
just look at this chat. They all saying the same thing about Tamatonga. Don't cut this motherfucker.
I don't think it's a cut thing. I think it's a him probably want to leave. He mentioned New Japan. Now I read people weren't happy about it. So
you know why? People probably get lost in WWE because you go, I just want to wrestle, right? You got legacy guys, you got paycheck guys. Me, you had this conversation earlier. You know, there's some people like, yo, I'll buy the pine if I'm getting paid X, Y, and Z. You know, but then you got guys who are, I want my legacy, bro. Well, your legacy will be bigger here.
I think
but my legacy ain't shit here.
That spent time in New Japan has a different mindset of wrestling, and they have a different coming up and understanding of wrestling. Triple and Shawn Michaels let that slip in his speech for Triple H. He said, why? He said, you can't build a WWE superstar. And he said Triple H had the mindset of, why can't you? Right? Which is a stark difference from somebody leaving a family, going to Japan for 5 years in the first year, never touching a ring. You know what I'm saying? You don't even get in the ring in your first year in Japan. You cleaning and you training, and then you get in the ring. It's a big difference. And he said the NXT system was made to where you can find somebody, surround them with wrestling all day, and if they got it, we'll pull it out of you. That's a big difference versus you believing you got it, then you go and go do it. That's a huge difference. So anybody that comes outside of the WWE system already made, especially coming from the traditions of like a New Japan, they want to wrestle. They want to be in that ring, and that's what they want to do. So that's the big difference. And when he said that they you can create a superstar, I was like, damn, that tells me a lot about the current NXT system. That's why everybody is manufactured. Like, this is what we want. It's like the Men in Black, bro. We're gonna pick you. We're gonna pick the best one. You got, you got, you don't, you don't. That's a big difference versus somebody saying, "Hey, I'm gonna sacrifice everything and I'm gonna make it." And Shawn Michaels said that when he was introducing Triple H. I thought that was interesting because, you know, like I said, you go to Japan that first year, you cleaning a dojo, you setting up the ring. You don't touch the ring. The ring is sacred. Then you can go. Then it moves forward. Then you can train. They won't even train with you. Versus you go to NXT, you training every day, you surrounded by, you got everything. Again, I used Rocky and the Russian comparison a lot because a lot of things in life is Rocky and the Russian. You have your Rockies, people who grind from the dirt, get it from the mud, and everything they get, they earn it, hold on to it tight. You're not going to take it from me. Then you have people who come up in the system, manufactured. They have all the advantages. And it's some people who don't know what they have because they always had it. And that's a thing I learned in life. Some people don't know what they have because they always had it. And there's some people who know everything they have because they never had it. So
When you reading Zell, I'll go back to Zell real quick, and then I'm gonna go back to Deadbeat Void. Deadbeat Void, man. I'm looking for a draft pick, brother.
that's the
I hope we getting
Juventud
that
Guerrero
transfer
thing,
portal.
Zell. They said Juventud thought he was bigger than a rock. Juventud was go off script and do whatever he wanted to do because he just wanted to wrestle and do things. And I can understand how frustrating that is. Bret Hart said that. He said he would go to WCW and just sit. And they
And
would
they was like,
ask
"What?"
him, and he would ask, what's the plan for the night? And they would tell him at the end of the night, just run out and be part of the fight.
Yeah, they had no plans.
There's
They
no
even was trying
plan.
to tell me he could sit at home for weeks.
And he was like, I would fly in from Canada and they would tell me just run out the end of the night, and they had no story for us. He said that's why most of the Nitros and Thunders ended in big fights because they had nothing for people to do. So
I understand, Debbie. I understand.
yeah, man. I think he really wants to wrestle, and that could be frustrating. And that was our point earlier. Me and you and DNA was on the phone talking about the whole TNA thing and why people would go to TNA versus WWE. Some people want to sit around and get a check. Some people want to earn it, but again, that depends on the person. And that dude is phenomenal. He's good in-ring talent, and yeah.
I'm
So
gonna
we'll
say
see.
this. I'm gonna say this on air and see what the chat say if they agree or disagree. I feel this is gonna be crazy. All right, just bear with me. I want to make sure I articulate this correctly.
ISO on HP. I'm calling it
Shit.
ISO on
All right.
HP.
Feel that WWE has become a graveyard for wrestlers, but in this graveyard with WWE, you're getting more money. You're seeing more eyes. And if you want to enhance your career, not enhance your career, if you want to like do more wrestling and get that legacy in type of shit, you have to go elsewhere. But you're gonna get seen less and you're gonna make less money. My thing is, wrestlers are starting to leave WWE because they're not being used properly. Once you get past a certain age, Bobby Lashley, Edge, Christian, Daniel Bryanson, Moxley, You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna keep seeing these guys. Now, younger talent seems to come to WWE. Older talent, which sits in the wings, they leave. And they could have been used because Cody Rhodes had no good contenders during his title run, except for maybe Gunther and AJ Styles for like one of the 3 matches they had. But I say that because we watched Kevin Owens only get one title run during his whole 7-8 years in the WWE. We watched Finn Balor go from sugar to shit. We watched several others that I might like. Where's their Shinsuke Nakamura? Like, he won a Royal Rumble, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. No world championship yet. And this man was the biggest thing coming out of Japan. You had a big thing for him, and you gave him nothing. And you even had him riding Pine on SmackDown. So I honestly feel WWE has so much talent and not enough writers. They don't know how to use their they got 3 hours of TV time twice a week, and they're not. It's just Austin Theory, another one. Like, they're gonna have to go elsewhere. They're just gonna have to go elsewhere because
And that's the
WWE doesn't have
thing.
the time.
When we were talking about this on the phone, WWE just bought AAA. WWE works with Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, and Booker T's school. WWE is working with TNA. Where else can you go?
You have to go to AEW or
you
bust
can't
or go home.
escape it. You can't escape it, bro. And that's the thing. And I don't think it's a graveyard. I think it's just a system. The system is what the system is. That's like we all got a favorite sports team, and your favorite player might be on the bench. I know for a fact my number 2 quarterback might be better than my number 1, but my number 1, for some reason, that's who they pick. That's who they play. So it's just one of those
Montez
things
Ford.
where it's a system, and I don't think the WWE has found a way to build the next superstar because the business is not what it used to be.
You know what's funny? The business is changing, but they also have a large hand in changing the business. They did the speed thing. They did the Twitter wrestling. They've done Tubi wrestling. They've done. I
And
mean,
see,
they got
that's what I was
USA.
telling you a few weeks ago. We went from watching Shawn Michaels be on the first episode of Raw to becoming what he became, right? That don't exist no more. We watched the 1, 2, 3 kid career
Become somebody.
because the social media superstar. That's what it is. It's the social media superstar. People can go get hot. Trick Williams just dropped a music video. Trick Williams did the thing with Pete Dunne, the Butch thing, right? Like, it's so many things and liberties and access to stuff that wrestlers have that you can't build a traditional superstar. The most traditional superstar that has got kind of a generic build has been like Brian Breaker. And that's because what he's doing in the ring. Brian Breaker's not making social media posts. Brian Breaker is making the most of his time when he's in the ring. And a lot of people make themselves outside of the ring. Jay Cargill,
Ron Breaker, though,
when
is
they
different.
showed that accident happened in November, I was like, what the fuck? That happened in November. We saw Jay Cargill more on social media than we did on our TVs.
She was answering shit on social media. Oh, why don't you do this? Why, like, are you part of the show yet? Are you? This is an official. You know, I'll say this too. WWE is the gift and the curse,
S.A.
and they're gonna
Rios
have to
had
do
that
it.
crazy moonsault. That motherfucker to flip. Yeah.
WWE is the gift and the curse. They have a damn near a monopoly on wrestling. And if Vince starts a company, Mike, WWE better hold on to their socks. Because one thing Vince can do, even though he gets some bullshit too, every company has bullshit, good ideas, bad ideas. But Vince knows wrestling.
I don't think a
And
new.
Vince,
I'm going to cut you off, but I don't think a Vince company will work because Vince is going to give you 50-year-old ideas to 20-year-old brains. Dog, we live in a
I disagree.
we live in a fast-paced world, and you know what the perfect example of that is? How NIL has ruined college sports.
Here's one thing about Vince. Vince will sit on his idea because he knows it works. He's just waiting to get it right. Everybody you see hot right now was a Vince guy.
No, you just
Roman
mentioned some Vince
Reigns was a
guys
Vince
that's
guy.
sitting right now. Austin Theory was a Vince guy. He's
I
sitting.
mean, that's true too, but Roman Reigns is a Vince guy. You know what I mean? Like,
that
and
he
he is
forced down our
the
throat. He forced Roman on us.
hey. Regardless, Roman ain't forced no more. Shit, we be begging to see Roman.
Over the past 4 years when Vince was on his way out. Remember, when Vince stepped down that first
Vince
time,
was rolling all the way till WrestleMania 39.
when but Vince stepped away that first time and Triple H came back and brung back all them people that Vince, they had that cut, and remember Triple
They
H brought all
fired.
the
Yeah,
people back?
they brought him. Yeah.
And then Vince came back and they released him again. So during that time, it was tricky. I don't think people will listen to
See,
Vince.
shit. I think people listen to Vince because Vince.
Here's
Okay,
the
you know
thing.
what's
Here's
pretty
the thing,
sad?
HP. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Bianca
Vince
Belair.
is in
Bianca
NXT.
Belair, perfect example. Bianca Belair didn't grow up wanting to be a wrestler. Mark Henry found her at a CrossFit event and said maybe she has it, right? Now the girl that grew up wanting to
Henry has
be
found some killers.
now the girl that grew up who wanted to be a wrestler might listen to Vince because she knows Vince and what Vince has done. But bro, none of them people in NXT really, they old college athletes. You know what I'm saying? They have military
Yeah,
backgrounds. They just people had that look good and have personalities. And it's not people who had the dream. It's not the Mick Foley who seen Jimmy Snooker jump off the cage and say, "This is what I want to
right,
do." It's not CM Punk at watching and this is what I want to do. That
right.
that is that
Long
person
gone.
is not in NXT. But when you do
Henry
have that
definitely
person
has
in
an eye for
NXT, it's a Pete Dunne who's been wrestling since he was 16 years old. A lot of these
talent.
people are new to wrestling. Bianca Belair is only maybe 3 years in. Her first experience
Right.
in wrestling was NXT, then straight to main roster.
Yep. She's
So
not very old.
that's the thing.
Mark Henry has an exceptional eye for talent. I'm trying to think of who else he found too. He found some heavy hitters.
Yeah, he's a good
Um,
scout. He's a good scout.
yes, he's definitely got a good eye for talent. Um, but I also think
Because
with Vince,
most wrestlers get signed today off their looks. Then we gotta see and that's what Sean was saying. We put them around it and see if it's something in there we can develop and bring out. So
yeah, Tiffy is only in year 4, bro. Like, I honestly think when you're in year 4, you should be in mid cards. You shouldn't even be. Tiffany Stratton is not developed enough. That's why she also he found Jade Cargill. He also found Samantha Irvin. He also found fucking Bianca Belair. Like, holy shit, wherever Mark Henry's going for these lunches and workouts, bro. But one thing I'll say this is when you're in year 4, right? I'm an 80s 90s guy. And I think that was always a good blueprint. You can change things around. You can make it more realistic, more UFC like. We can add the press conferences. We can use wrestlers. We can make more real life sounding Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. We can make more real life sounding names, Austin Theory, versus the characters like Duke the Dumpster Drosy. But the shit should always, keep rolling in the same regard. What I mean is mid tiers, tags. Um, when we got people in year 4 and they're headlining a WrestleMania as a world champ,
that's fast. That's
it's
fast.
fast paced, bro. There was numerous times during the build-up, Tiffany Stratton was very rattled because Flair got her out of her element, and then you saw how it divulged into bullshit. I don't think that they should do that. I don't think they should. Uh, I don't think they should do that. I just
Bro,
think
you
year
got
4 you should
people
be mid.
in year 2, 3, and 4 in on the largest stages in the world. Now that's not a knock on them, but it's like, bro, you don't know what you can do till you can do it. That's why they always say come playoff times, we got the experienced guys that's been in the playoffs before. You know what I'm saying? Because that matters. Like all that matters. And there's no knock on them. But like I said, the superstar used to take 5-10 years to build a superstar. Now somebody get hot in a year or two. And
Do you think it's better they capitalize on that year or two?
that's what they do because it's such a fast-paced thing, bro. It's so fast-paced.
That's crazy. I mean, I agree with you though because you're right. in the world of the internet, you better hurry up. You got Twitter, you got Instagram, you got reels going left and right. You got fans making their own reels. You got podcasts you got to do. I think Jey Uso is going to find out that world title is heavy because you're going to carry the Raw brand, and that brand is the Netflix brand. Pretty soon, that World Heavyweight Championship is going to be maybe not bigger than WWE Championship, but it's going to be it's going to carry a heavy cost. I haven't think Gunther found out. And Gunther didn't do that much social media, but Gunther is not a top 10 merch seller. So as much as Jey Uso was already doing,
But
he's going to
Gunther
be
was
part of
there
this.
for those people who like that. See, you got to kind of check all the boxes. But when you're talking about Netflix, the Netflix executives, they don't want traditional, stiff, strong style wrestling. They want the yeets, they want the merch sellers, and that's the social media superstar. Back in the day, your favorite wrestler might have not sold 5 t-shirts, bro, but you loved his ass. You know what I'm saying?
Jake the Snake Roberts, Ravishing Rick Rude, Mr. Perfect. All these guys are mid-tier kind of guys. They never had world titles.
And
Million
they
Dollar
wasn't
Man,
selling
MVP guy.
shirts like Hulk Hogan and Roddy Piper and the Macho
No,
Man.
absolutely not. Absolutely not. But sometimes you would see Mr. Perfect on Regis and Kathy Lee. Trust me, I know. I watched the episode. Erwin R. Shyster, IRS and shit. But yeah, I definitely think that when you look at some of these people, like Jey Uso, he's got a lot of work to do coming up here for the next. I don't know how long his run's going to be. I think he'll have a decent run. I think he'll at least get to
Jey
SummerSlam.
Uso got to get a different move set, bro.
I think he just needs to get that spear out of here and just add to it. Because we saw him powerbomb tonight. We saw him suplex tonight. We
How
saw him
many
do
people other than Shawn Michaels have we seen come from a tag and really be successful?
a lot.
Okay.
Brett. Well, once you start getting
Nah,
into the
Brett
night,
wasn't a tag like that.
he was in the Hart Foundation.
Yeah, but Brett was a solo wrestler.
He was in the Hart Foundation.
I'm talking about before that. Jimmy and Jay came in together.
He came into WWE damn near. No one remembers Brett as a solo before because he wasn't even wearing pink and black then. He was like
He was wearing
wearing like
trunks. Yeah, I remember.
money color, some other shit.
And Shawn was a solo too at one point, but I'm saying
But
maybe
Christian and Edge,
he's
they came
part
in.
of because when you wrestle a tag, you have a partner, so it's a lot of stuff you really don't have to have in your arsenal.
Christian and Edge, they came in as the Brood, the Hardys.
Edge debuted as a single though.
Who?
Edge debuted as a single.
I just swear they came in as the Brood.
Now Edge debuted with he was like an enforcer for one of the women. Yeah, Edge definitely debuted as a single.
Hey, chat, help me out on this one, goddammit. My first memories of him that I can think off the top of my head, I remember him as the Brood.
Now he came in
The British Bulldogs. Because remember, if you come and talk about 80s wrestlers, early 90s, that's where they start.
That's what I'm saying.
Is
Those
in
were tags for a long time. Who came out of the tag? I'm saying maybe that's why Jay's moveset is kind of as limited as it is, and his matches are what they are.
Yeah, he did come in with the Brood. Mike McCullough said he came in with the Brood. Let's see if some more people time in with that. Because I don't ever recall Edge
Nah,
before Gangrel.
Edge debut was with it was with a woman.
I'm talking about his WWE debut.
Yeah.
I could have swore it was the Brood.
Mm-mm.
I mean, here's some weird things. WWE wise, right? The Radicals, so you got Eddie Benoit.
Hold on, let me go see.
Who else came? I mean, that was the normal thing to do. Send these guys through tags.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Edge did debut as a single. I know I ain't bugging. I'm gonna look it up, but
yeah, we gotta look this up because this is very interesting.
See, this is where we will pull you up if you got drafted, and I'll let you go to war for me right now and prove HP
hey,
wrong.
check this out. While you talking about this, I'll give you a tag team / trio.
No, it was
the
a one-time thing.
Shield.
He was
the
in a
Shield.
tag. He debuted in a mixed tag match as somebody's like not I won't say enforcer bodyguard, but it was a one-off.
Check this out. The Shield. You know what I'm saying? They came in as a trio, and them boys went on to rule the roost.
I'm talking about move set.
Yeah,
Having
but
a
they came in as a trio. They even had the. I mean, I see what you're saying. If you want to go straight to tag, but I'm
no,
gonna
I'm
use a
talking about,
trio because
but yeah, Roman's move set. Roman has a kind of weird style. He has a slow, methodic, bruiser, brawler kind of style.
almost like a Diesel, but his moveset's not like
Seth
Diesel's.
is a wrestler, is what I'm saying. Maybe the move set hasn't developed because it was so lenient on him having a partner, is what I'm saying. But him and Jay have the same move set. The Shield was different. They all had 3 different styles and 3 different move sets. So, but Jay got to add something.
What's June 28th? Yeah, bro, we're reading it all. Edge and Sable teamed it. Yeah, but Edge was already in there before '98. No. Wait, no. He wasn't.
Ain't
Was he?
nobody got to read what you say. You don't run nothing over here.
June 20th, 2nd, 1998 is what? King of the Ring? It is King of the Ring. That date is definitely a King of the Ring date. And if my mind is correct, June 22nd, that might be the Mankind throw off the top of the cell. If my brain, because that like rang something in my brain. I can't even like my brain is like overstimulating on that 1998. So I don't know what's going on with 1998, June 22nd, but I feel like that's when Undertaker threw off Mankind. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Undertaker ain't have to do that, bro. He ain't had to do Mick Foley like
I
that.
could be wrong. It could have either been 97 or 90. I know that's a King of the Ring date.
98 was when
God,
Austin won, wasn't it? Or Austin won 96.
he might have won 97. Um, yeah, Sting came in as a tag team with the Warrior. But they was short lived. They was Monday Night Raw Edge's debut, June 22nd, 1998. Okay, that's what that is. I thought that was the King of the Ring because King of the Ring is in June.
Damn, King of the Ring on man. King of the Ring used to mean something.
The first couple was fire because Brett won, fighting
It's
all the
crazy how
matches in one night.
we were just talking about the Andre the Giant Battle Memorial. How they give us things and they take it away. And I asked this in the chat the other day about the Warrior Award. They've done with that. It's like
They
they've
don't
washed
mention.
their hands with the Ultimate Warrior.
He's dead and gone now. We got him out of. You know what I mean? Like that's what it feels like. They should keep that thing going,
It was
bro.
cool.
We got you on HBK. He actually said no outside of Shawn Michaels. So the only one we give you is Sting. However, and the Warrior technically too, because they were the tag team. Um, Big Boss Man didn't win shit. I'm trying to think. There's somebody else I was thinking. It was just on the tip of my tongue, and they went crazy. Fuck, it's gonna come back to me. It was gonna Stone Cold, American Blondes. No, they're not American Blondes. The Hollywood Blondes in WCW. So I don't know if that counts though, because they were in WCW. He makes his Nope, doesn't count because WWE. He makes his debut as the ringmaster. So never mind.
And he was in ECW when he couldn't wrestle. He was just cutting promos.
Yo, Paul Heyman
Bro,
was a
Paul
smart man.
Heyman had his hand in this thing for a long time, bro.
This is why I
Paul,
hate the Hall of Fame and love it. Because the Hall of Fame to me sometimes gets like when I watched last night's, some things made me so mad. But then I think about Paul Heyman getting a ring, Booker T, Triple H, and I'm like, man,
you
them
think it
guys
should be
earned
a
it.
physical Hall of Fame?
Yes, yes,
What city?
yes. Ooh, that is a good question. Where did WrestleMania 1 happen?
That
I
one.
think
That one.
WrestleMania 1 is a good contendership, like
I
because you
think
got to
New
make an
York would
argument.
be too much. Atlanta might be fire. Um,
New York, Bando even said New York. I do think
yeah,
it's
New
New York.
York. That's a lot. Because the NASCAR Hall of Fame is in Charlotte. So, and I've been there
But that
several
makes
times.
sense.
Yeah,
It
all the
makes a little
NASCAR
bit of
teams are there. And they
yeah.
have the Coca-Cola Memorial Day weekend Coca-Cola race there every year. And
There's been a
All-Stars is
lot.
in the Wilkesboro. So
Yeah, New York has to be it because they've always treated New York as like because that's the territory they come from too.
I
You know
think
what I mean?
Atlanta would be hard because it's a lot of
But
Southern
they come out in
fans.
New York. Like WWE's original territory is the Northeast,
That's
and
just
they've
hard,
always
bro. New York is
it's rough.
the hustle and
That's right.
bustle of New York is a lot.
Oh, Aaron Ward, 87, salute. Thank you, brother. I was missing some chat. Tyree Holmes, 16, salute. Oh shit, what just happened? Oh, man, I fucked around and got out of my Instagram.
That's why
Fat
y'all need to
fingering.
come over to YouTube. I've been telling y'all, slide to the left, come over to YouTube, man.
I got
Yeah,
a
I don't think
question.
I
Night
got
two.
much.
Let's
Oh, you got something else?
night.
Because I'm
Oh yeah. I'm hyped. My bad, Archie. I'm sorry. I've been drinking coffee and I had a whole thermos of this shit. So I was prepped for this.
why are you drinking so much coffee sitting in the house, HP? You just
It
sit
was
in the
mania,
house.
baby. I got to be up. I'm like, yo, our
You saying
peoples.
mania was putting you to sleep, so you needed some coffee. That's what I'm hearing. I ain't gonna hold
Yeah,
you.
I
I
got
took a
dip.
little nap. I was listening with my eyes closed.
Sound like my mom with that shit. Night two though. Now remember, I'm up 1-0.
You up
Well, I have
one. You
one.
just up one
I'm up
point,
one.
dog. That's all. You just up 1 point.
Yo, and that could easily change. Tomorrow, AJ versus Logan Paul.
I got
Drew
Logan.
McIntyre. You did get Logan. Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest. We were
Both
drawing
got
even on
Drew.
that. Braun versus Penta versus Finn versus Dom. Fatal 4-way Intercontinental title match.
I got
That
Brian
shit gonna tear the house
retaining.
down.
Who
You
you
got
got?
Braun,
Dom?
I
You
got
got Dom,
Dom.
right?
I do. I'm like this, man. Holy shit. Tomorrow is gonna be um then we got the Liv Raquel versus Lyra Valkyria and unnamed opponent.
Do we scratch this one or do we keep it? We both got live. I mean, both
We
got them,
both
so
got Liv and Raquel. Yeah, we
it
both
don't
got so it
matter.
doesn't yeah.
So
Yeah.
we just scratch that one.
Bianca versus Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky.
I got
Torn.
Bianca.
Got Bianca, I got Io. So that's gonna be interesting. And then Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. Oh, and don't forget Randy Orton has an unnamed opponent tomorrow.
We it's gonna
Yeah.
be Randy. Randy's kicking somebody in the head.
I yes, 100%. Connecticut will be fired for that Hall of Fame. But I see you guys in the chat with that.
Bro,
That's
Connecticut, that's a hard place to get to.
but it makes sense because that's where the WWE headquarters was for a long time.
Was
That's what they should have turned that building to.
they just got rid of it though. They sold Titan
They
Towers.
did.
And they
They
moved
did.
into NXT to Vegas. So that was my thing. You need to be somewhere where it
Well,
has
Vegas is where
traffic.
the performance center is for UFC. And they have a whole thing. My homeboy, he's in there.
Yeah, they
He's
moving. Yeah, they leaving Florida. So
yeah. Cody versus Cena is gonna tear the house down. Expect huge implications tomorrow with that shit. I don't know if Seth Rollins comes out tomorrow unless he's a part of
he
the
don't need to.
heel.
He did that last year. We don't need it again.
Unless he's a part of the heel Cena shit, and you're like, what? And then you're looking at Cody, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns versus The Rock, John Cena, and Seth freaking Rollins.
We would
6-man
never
tag.
see The Rock and Roman Reigns in the wrestling ring together. We would never see it. Ever.
Seth teams The Rock. Flair, Hulk Hogan, Ron Simmons all started as a tag. Who did Hulk Hogan start as a tag with? Refresh my memory. As in the WWE start with. Because he was in AWA too. He got some shit going on
If
there.
you mention Hulk Hogan in a conversation where I'm talking about move sets,
No. Remember when we was talking about the tag?
yeah,
You
but I
talking
was
about
talking
people
about
with
Jimmy's move set being limited because he was in a tag.
oh.
That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. Who was successful outside of a tag that had like an extensive move set? HBK had like a crazy move set. Because I was saying Jay needs to add something to his
him and
arsenal
Brett.
because
Him and Brett. It's him and Brett. It's him and Brett. That's really about it because no one else spent that much time in tag teams. Like Mr. Perfect was in a tag team with his dad at one point. But that's all AWA. You're talking about WWE.
I'm
Ain't gonna
talking
be
in
too many people.
general. Brett was just a wrestler. Shawn Michaels was just a wrestler. So he was going to be that regardless.
Yeah, that was just saying.
Because we often
Okay,
make the comment about Jay's matches, they kind of copy paste. Like, you know what you're going to get.
okay. When you put that, it's really Shawn and Brett.
Because he did like a couple power bombs tonight, and I was like, whoa.
I'm proud of him for that. I just don't think they. I mean, you said this. The ending was fucked.
Yeah, it's bad ending.
If y'all don't see it, I don't know what to tell y'all. Hold on, what you said? What you mean? This is all leading to Rocket Woman at 42. I don't think you're wrong, Miss Awesome Sauce. He's talking spicy. I just think
We will
if Rock's
never see The
availability,
Rock and Roman wrestle in the ring. It should have happened
not only
already. The Rock has no interest in wrestling. Zero.
hope you're wrong as fuck, Archie. I hope. Because I would love to see Roman and Rock, but I'm with you. I don't think it's happening.
Roman said he got what, 4 years,
2
5
years.
left max.
He said 2. He said his contract ends next WrestleMania, which is
Yeah,
the year
he said
2026.
he said he
And he
don't
got
see
2 years max after
yeah.
that.
That I don't think we ever see Rock and Roman because Rock is not in him to wrestle anymore. And I get it.
And you
But
also got to think how old The Rock is.
that's the thing. Getting in ring shape, the longer they put this match off, the harder it is to get in ring shape. And that's the number one thing he says. I'm not in ring shape.
He looks in shape, but ring shape that
It's
you know what I'm
different.
saying?
It's different.
It's different. It is different. You gotta take that bumps.
You gotta put yourself through that.
And remember what he said last year. He said wherever he was at, he had a ring made at that place, and he was flying wrestlers in to get him to that so he could do what he did
And
last
he
year.
couldn't do it. It's tough.
So, and all he gave us was 2 matches. Well, 1 match really, a tag, and then he came out the next night to do some bullshit. You know what I mean? So 1 match. He did a lot just to get 1 match out.
I go to the gym at least 4 times a week. I was traveling this past.
Wow, and Taker was putting up decent matches at 50 plus. The Rock can kill it at 60. First of all, Taker really wasn't putting up decent matches. We just accepted
Who
it.
said that? Taker wasn't putting up decent matches at 30. What are you talking about?
we just accepted it, Bando, because it was Taker. We're just like,
it was Taker. Taker's another one with limited moveset. Taker is more.
Stop it. Stop it.
Okay.
Stop. I'm not going to let
what
you do
I was
that.
saying about The Rock, I go to the gym 4 times a week. I was traveling last weekend, doing shows, doing stuff, coming into traveling this week. I didn't work out for like maybe 4 days. It was hard for me to get back into my rhythm. My rhythm's still messed up. And I'm actively in the gym for HP. When you talk to me, I'm either on the treadmill, in the sauna, in the gym.
100%.
And
100%.
so imagine taking years off and trying to get, I ain't talking about just working out, taking bumps, getting hit. Like, that's a lot. And
the movie contracts. If he's on for a movie, they will definitely put that in. He can't do it. That's why he always has those issues.
Yeah.
No, you're Bando. Don't be. We're all blinded by Taker's aura. Take them last couple years. That him versus Roman wasn't fire. Him versus John Cena was not fire. Him versus AJ Styles was not fire. It's just
him versus
Taker
Goldberg shouldn't have happened.
was not fire.
Yeah.
Like it's just we just take it because it's Taker. We just want to see him compete, and nobody wants to see him go home. But eventually, we know it has to happen.
That's why I say I love Stone Cold's stance. Stone Cold said, "I'm gone. Y'all won't see me." And I think that's what John Cena is preparing us for too. He said,
of The Rock,
you got that mana? That Terramana?
yeah, brother, yeah, the top getting stuck.
My boy popped a new bottle for
Got that
WrestleMania.
Rosado. Oh yeah,
and sometimes we just have those wrestlers who we love, who aura gets us. That's part of wrestling. The aura is going to get you.
Come back to my comment when we see Rocket. Miss Awesome Saucy talking spicy. I need you to get that transfer portal, ma'am, because I got plans for draft purposes, ma'am.
Come back, Miss Awesome
We
Saucy.
would definitely come back though.
I will put something on the line that we will not see that. But we'll figure out what that is. But I just don't have faith. I think it would have happened already. Rock's not been active.
I think Rock should stay away from wrestling, except for as the final boss in non-combat way, like
You know what
what
I
he
call
did.
him. You know what I call
Yeah,
him. So
the McRib.
he the McRib. He come back once a year for a limited time only, and people go crazy just because the McRib is a back. But the McRib ain't good. It's
The
good while
Rock
you
had
can get
enough.
it though.
Remember the Rock? The Rock was talking about this one. The Rock also did promo for him and Roman at 40. I mean, things changed, and the Rock ain't dumb. And also, the Rock gets a contract for a movie. They cannot allow him to get hurt or take the risk of getting hurt.
Yeah.
Remember when he had who did he fight from the Wyatt family and he cleaned their shit up fast? Eric Rowan. Remember that WrestleMania? He cleaned him up in like 30 seconds. He didn't take a punch at all. It was purposely because they wanted to do a match. He can't take a bump because them contracts are if the
And
Rock gets
the
hurt
injuries
anyway.
in wrestling happen during training.
Yeah, but if he takes a
That's
bump, that whole movie set is fucked. And that's where the movie generates more money than you know what I mean,
hey,
what a
and
WrestleMania.
you know how it is when you get older. If you 30, 40 plus in this chat, sometimes you wake up and shit just be hurting and you don't know why. You
I
don't
agree with
know.
Saucy.
Yeah,
I
I
ain't
would.
never have a McRib in my life.
Real. People go crazy with it. Don't start now. You're
I
doing
got a
just
quick
fine.
question for
Don't.
$50 for the draft. Just wait, what? You can't beat Team Horse. I got I got a quick for the draft. Just that's funny as fuck.
But yeah,
Giselle,
so
I fuck
I
with you,
think I'm
bro.
about to wrap it up, HP man, because we gotta sit. I
Okay.
gotta go finish watching Stand and Deliver and get ready for night 2. Oba and them cook though. Oba, Javon, and Trick cook. Jada cook. Soul Ruka and New. So
Yeah, I gotta hit that up. And new
yeah, so
salute to Soul Ruka. I think she had like 2 soul snatches at the end. One on Thea Hale and the other on
hey, you can snatch my soul any day.
the right person won. The right person won.
So I think all the right people won tonight, except for Phoenix. I would like to see Phoenix to get his WrestleMania win in a debut, but can't get them all. I still got it at a 6.5. I think
I think 6.5 is
the
fair.
crowd wasn't, like I said, the WrestleMania crowd is as big part of a show than anything, and that crowd tonight just kind of wasn't it. The way Jey Uso won, we needed that 1, 2, 3 explosion. We didn't get that, and I think that set the tone. Jacob Fatu killed it. He got him up. New Day got gold. Tiffany retained. I think it was a solid night. Still 6.5. That's where I got it. And night 2, give me a good 8 night 2, and I'll be satisfied with WrestleMania weekend because the main event cooked.
Yeah. And I
And you know
expect
what
that
I
tomorrow
noticed
night.
last night? Paul Heyman was sitting next to Seth Rollins
Yeah. Bro,
at the Hall of Fame.
he definitely was. And shout out to Polo because Polo texted me that and I was like, yo, you not just see that? My man was definitely
Because
sitting
Pat
next
McAfee
to
was like, Paul, you look kind of lonely.
yeah. And it was like you see him sitting next to Seth.
And shout
Oh
out to
my
Michael
God.
Cole, man. Michael Cole's a lot cooler than we give him credit for being, yo.
Bando, as of right now, just remember, let me put this on screen. Let me make us boom, boom,
What you? Oh
boom. Let's put
yeah.
that up there.
Wednesday
Uh,
Night Wars on the Attitude Era
let me look. Right now, as it stands, there's some people in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There are 11 people eligible for draft.
that want to be
11.
drafted. Now they want to be a part of this.
So, with that being said, hopefully we get a few more people in here. If you're in here with this draft, if you want to be a part of some of the craziest Wednesday night, if you're open, if you're not open to, you can still be part of the teams. You can still be part of the teams because we got competitions too. And I can't just speak on my point of view. I have to take my team. We have to vote, and it's one band, one sound going forward. So if we do a Jeopardy style or elimination, when we do them Survivor Series war games type shits, where we eliminating people, Archie, bring your 5 up or your 4 up. I bring my 4 up. We got 5 on 5, and we eliminating people. Bang, 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 bang. Or we just doing a debate talk where we casual convo. You know what I mean? We might have eliminations where people Archie got to sit one down, bring one up. I got to sit one down, bring one up. It's gonna be some shit. But I'm not reading that comment out loud. That's funny as fuck, Zell. But yeah, we definitely tomorrow is night 2, Monday Night Raw, Monday, and then Tuesday at some point we're gonna screenshot all the eligible names and we're gonna go into draft with that. So you have a little bit of time. All you need to do is be a part of the transfer portal. That's it. If you want to do more, I'm not stopping you because we got some exclusive content. We're about to start rolling back out. We're starting to get back in our groove again. So, but 199, bro, because we talking about doing shirts, we talking about doing merch, and it is what it is. But we
It
don't need to be breaking
is
nobody's
what
heart.
it is.
It
Then
is what it
also
is.
I got something I'm working on, man. We're gonna take this thing
I don't want to say his thing.
outside of Attitude Era podcast and bring it back to my channel. You know, HP got something he does on his channel where he talks about movies, TV shows, and all that type of stuff. Marvel, DC, that's his world. He's been covering the show from not only with the formerly and his viewers, he's actually been talking to the actors from the show. So HP's doing that on his
Teaching.
channel. And
Well,
I got
fair enough.
something I'm gonna start doing over on 24-hour karate school. I'll let y'all know about that Wednesday too. So I might drop the first episode this Wednesday. So little
Do it so we
TLC,
can tap. Wait. This Wednesday, like,
little
oh, God.
little TLC. You know what I'm saying? You'll
No
know what that
TLC.
means. You'll know what that means
So
next Wednesday after the draft. So
fuck that 7. So go ahead, sign up for the membership. It's awesome sauce. We would love to have you. Deadbeat Void, love to have you because we definitely have some things. We might be needing extra time. We might have to go more than. Oh man, this motherfucker calling, man. Um,
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know what I'm talking about.
See, look at you.
But it's gonna be a crazy
Blue
time, and it's
Chew
every
Crew.
Wednesday. It's every Wednesday. So you get Monday nights with us, recap, and you might be getting pulled for recaps too. That's
Oh
another
no,
thing
yeah.
you might
Once
be
you on the team, bro, if you free, hey, if you free, you want to come talk, come talk.
So Deadbeat Void, I know
Wednesday
you see
night
your
is just the main night where we do the team versus team thing. But say you free,
yeah, we
like
focus
tonight, you wanted to talk about Mania, had something you want to drop in for a minute, come drop in. It is real. You're gonna have access to this show platform. You might have something you want to talk about near dear to your heart. You might have a program, something going on. We're gonna, we sharing our space with y'all, but it's mainly Wednesday, 8:15 ish, where we do the Wednesday night wars, where we kind of go head to head on some things.
That's our focus, but don't be fooled. Like Deadbeat Void, you know what I mean? You might be just available for Fridays. You might have to use you on Fridays then. You know what I mean? Because we
Oh yeah, we're
definitely want
gonna
our
figure it
members.
out. If you want to be part of something, we can find a spot for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, we can get up to 10 people on the screen at a time. So
Mm.
then, like you see
And you
earlier,
never know.
Gamaj was on. He's still cutting up in Vegas. He tapped out. Could have tapped in. Z was on early. He tapped out. Tap in. So
Yeah.
DNA
Just
pops
keep it
up.
clean. Keep it clean. There's, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I'm gonna shoot somebody a certain keep it clean.
we
You know what I mean?
PG era
Because
over here.
again,
We're not trying to
we,
lose it or get marks on our channel. So
yes, because if that happens, it's bad for
because guess what? We've been
that.
dealing with enough with YouTube and WWE already.
Yeah.
So
So you definitely want to do that. So, but it's
they
gonna
on
be a
our
good
heads.
time.
The
We have
Feds watching, like 2 Chainz said. The Feds watching.
definitely gonna keep it respectful to all people, you know what I'm saying? So ain't gonna be no fuck the we might say fuck the click or he might say fuck the Horseman 97, but that's about it because we don't want
Nah,
to get, you know what I'm saying?
YouTube gonna start flagging that too. You got the language
Yeah,
gonna
they
have to.
do. You gotta mark the curses and all that. So
Yeah, we gonna have
don't make
to.
it too complicated for us. But at Zell, yeah, it is at him. But he having a good time. We having a good time. And if you got other little projects, we definitely give you a platform to promote. Little 10-second, 30-second, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, definitely. We look forward to because I already have aspirations in the draft. I've been watching chats. I've been going back and rewatching and seeing what people's perspectives are. So I have a in theory team.
97, man. Y'all know what it is.
Yeah, just get the 199 if that's all you got. I ain't trying to break.
And even if
RT trying
so,
to break.
try it for a month. And if you don't like it, cancel it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure you
Absolutely.
spend the $2 on worse. We've all have. I done bought some
Some
things
of
I
us can
couldn't
still keep
return.
doing facts. I'm waiting to see another person join up just so I can say
Yeah, HP like Blue Chips. Remember the movie Blue Chips? He going to people's houses buying their daddy's tractors. Like, come on, man, chill. Blue Chip, yeah, Vinny. Shout out to Vinny, man. Vinny's been riding for a while. Vinny's probably the longest tenured person on here, I believe.
I think he is. I do
Yeah,
think he
so
is. So
yeah, he breaking down film. You know what I'm saying? He's serious. He got draft board in his room. He like Mel Kiper.
yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this. And the one thing I know is consistency. Me and Archie can definitely give it to you every Wednesday. You know what I mean? And
And if we
that's one
can, we're
thing
gonna
that
let you know. If we can, we're gonna let you
yeah.
know.
If we had to move it to another night,
We're
it's gonna
not
be
gonna
something where
ghost you. We're not gonna ghost you. So yeah, it's
yeah,
Mel Kiper, man. That's HPK over there. But yeah, we're gonna have a good time, man. This draft is cool, it's exciting, it's fun, and we really rock with y'all, man. I'm tired, HP. I'm tired.
all right,
So
I'll
much
let you go,
happened
brother,
this week,
because
bro.
I'm still
I
doing this.
I came off
Um,
the road, the guys. It's a lot. It's a lot. Shout out to Void, bro. Yeah, and if you can't make Wednesdays, hey, you can hit us on the Monday or the Friday, brother. Like, we just appreciate you being part of this crazy thing we putting together over here.
and woo! We got a new member, baby. That's a new person for the draft. I love it. That's why he's up.
And then
The
and
Clay.
tomorrow night we will know who gets the first pick in the draft because hold up, man. Click. Oh, Mike. Oh, we gotta talk. Yeah. If I have more wins on my night 2, which I need because HP got me by 1, then the winner who has the most picks right from WrestleMania night 1, night 2 gets the first pick come Wednesday. Are you froze? You froze at the weirdest time. Now his screen's black. I don't know where HP went.
Internet? Is the internet?
Oh,
Is it back? Whew.
I
That
thought the
might be the
Undertaker. I
signal,
thought the Undertaker was coming out.
bro. That might be the signal for us to, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's all good. HR done pulled the plug. Gamage in Vegas, but he still pulled the plug on us. Nah, man, yeah, because tomorrow night we're gonna know who gets the first pick in the draft, and then yeah, so and it's a tight race. It's a tight race.
I'm only up
It makes
one.
it very interesting. Very interesting. Tonight was very interesting. Y'all always cool, man. We look forward to getting on here with y'all, chopping it up. We'll be back tomorrow night. We're trying to go during the main event. But it was so
Turn
much
around.
going on that we wouldn't have been no good. So we
You,
say we're gonna
you
live do
want
the
to do
main
it tomorrow
event.
night?
We can if I ain't sleep, cause you know. Oh yeah, shout out, yeah, boy, yeah. We sent those copies out. Glad you got up on it, brother. So, but yeah, you
Yes,
got anything
sir.
else, HP?
Nah, I'm good, brother. I love to see all the greens in the chat. I'm about to start looking for t-shirts now
I
with
think
the
some
logos on.
HP night 2 picks or something. Hey, you throwing up the click, Mike? I saw it. I saw the chat. You was clicked out a few messages ago. Now you think he's sus. Is it black
Nah.
girl lost or shorty owe you for ice? Which is it? You know, y'all heard Jay-Z.
All right, yeah. All right. Well, I'm good. I'm good if you good, Archie. You good?
I was good an hour and 30 minutes ago.
Okay. All right. We're gonna tap in with y'all tomorrow night during the main event.
But I keep it
Find the
funky
last
for the
5
people.
minutes.
Yeah. We'll see y'all tomorrow, man. WrestleMania Night 2, Attitude Era Podcast. You heard?
Man. Gone.